Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. How's it going, chat? How's everybody doing today? Let's go. All right. I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit. All right. Hold on. All right, let me turn the intro music off. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to day 193. Who's ready to do this one more time, eh? Let's go. So a couple updates, guys. We are waiting to hear back from Anthropic. They said that they would update us within 24 hours. It's been much longer than 24 hours. It's been, what has it been now? Close to 70 hours since we lost Fable 5. So actually, prior to day 192, we were still using Fable. So just a quick update for anybody that doesn't know. Over the weekend, Fable 5 access has been restricted. Now, we'll see today what happens. Aryan, what's up, man? Code by Dev, what's up? Julian, what's up? Yeah, so Anthropic, this is this is the biggest news story, obviously, of a while. This is totally unprecedented. But let's check out Polymarket real quick, not because we're going to bet on anything, but just to see what the odds are today. So Claude Mythos, there is a Polymarket for Fable being brought back, okay? And you guys can see it is not likely that we're going to get Fable 5 back today. If you guys look at this, there's an 8% chance it could happen. But literally, Anthropic told us, they said, hey, we'll update you guys within 24 hours. And we have not received any updates from them. So that really means one of two things. It means either, hey, we saw last night that the U.S. government, basically they had senior Anthropic officials at the White House. Let me show you guys this tweet. This was from Reuters. But look at this, guys. So this was from last night. Its senior technical Anthropic staff are in Washington to meet with White House officials and try to fix a dispute that has taken the company's top model offline. So this is the current state of the situation. We haven't heard anything from Anthropic, but I think that even more so, everything that's transpired with this Fable 5 mishap has really shown you people are really upset about losing access to the model. I am personally very upset about losing access to the model. It feels like a superpower has been taken away from me, okay? But let me get the chill music on. Let's grind. We have plenty of work on today. Let me show you today's goals, then I'll check the chat. But we're on Fable 5 watch, okay? It could be brought back today. And honestly, guys, there is a possibility that they bring it back online, and then maybe we just have it. Right? Maybe they don't live up to, we're going to take it away on June 22nd. Maybe because of this mishap, it's possible that this ends up being a net positive for us. It's possible that they basically say, honestly, let's just let them have it, right? That is a possibility. That is a possibility. So that's going to be big. We also are going to make a ton of progress on BridgeAgent today. I want to show you guys what I've been doing over the weekend so you guys can check this out. But, let's go. Nixer said, I want to work when I see you. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's lock in. Okay, but I want to show you guys a couple things, okay? So let me show you BridgeAgent and show you where we're at. We actually have this super cool integration. Check this out, guys. If anybody's missed this, you definitely want to see this. Let me get the API started so we actually test this real quick. We're going to go over to BridgeAgent dev real quick. And I was able to test. It was, if you guys saw, hold on. It was GLM 5.2. Guys, I'm going to use the model in the stream today just so that you guys can see. I did test Kimi K 2.7 this morning as well. That's why I was a little bit later to the stream than normal. But basically, I tested, it was, I tested both Kimi K 2.7 and I tested GLM 5.2. And I've got to say, GLM 5.2 is probably the first Chinese model that I actually am well, I'm going to probably start putting the BridgeMind stamp of approval on some of these Chinese models. Let me just use this model so I can show you guys. It performed unbelievably well on BridgeBench. Hold on. Let me just launch some open code agents so that you guys can see this model. I wasn't a fan of Kimi. I wasn't a fan of Kimi K 2.7. I tested that one this morning. But GLM 5.2, we're starting to see some models come out of China that are actually pretty good, okay? And GLM 5.2 was dropped as a result of Fable 5 being pulled. They basically said, hey, you're gonna pull Fable 5? Well, guess what? We're gonna give them access to a new Chinese model. It's only available in the GLM coding plan, but you guys can see I can use it here. Hello there. And I do have this connected to my GLM coding plan. Who programs with Kimmy? Not me personally. I tried it. It did not get the BridgeMind stamp approval, but honestly, GLM 5.2, guys, it's pretty good. Let's just test it real quick on like a game, right? I need you to create a game that is a single HTML file of a first-person shooter game where I can navigate a map, and I have an AR-15 and an RPG, and I'm able to fight waves of enemies, make sure that the graphics are really, really high quality. Don't review any other files in this directory. Just create the single HTML file, call it GLM first-person shooter, and output all of the HTML in a single HTML file, and then open it in a Chrome browser. All right, so I just want to do this test just so that you guys can see what I'm seeing live here. It's incredibly fast, okay? Stain asks, still buggy. What's buggy? Super Combo said GLM 5.2 tokens per second is going to drop when they go full release. Yeah, so that's the most impressive thing that I saw with GLM. Now, their servers could be getting hit really hard now. I did test it. It literally dropped on a Saturday, so it's possible that, hey, when I tested it, maybe their server load was completely different, right? But when I did test it, I've got to say, very, very fast, and it produced very good results, okay? If you guys saw my GLM 5.2 review video, it's pretty good, and it's the first Chinese model that I'm starting to see, okay, they're actually starting to compete, to be honest with you. They can't compete with Fable 5, but we don't have Fable 5. And you can't really compare a model that's priced at $1 per million on the input and $3 per million on the output to a model that's literally priced 10x that, right? So that's another thing to consider as well. Can GLM create Fable 5? Probably not. Did you test it in a production environment? We'll test it in a production environment today. Stain said, I thought GLM had some bugs. It did, Stain. So if you watch that video, like what we're seeing with the Chinese models, and this is like BridgeBench, I don't know if you guys saw this, but BridgeBench had it kind of went viral. I had an X post that got like close to 1 million views, like 800,000 or something like that. But people were looking at BridgeBench because GLM 5.2 scored really, really well on certain benchmarks. And this is the thing about benchmarking and just like testing models in general, is it's very difficult to benchmark accurately like Fable 5 obviously is across the board the best model in the world. We don't have it right now, but the reason that it's so good is because you can give it a task, and Fable 5 was pretty much able to one-shot anything that you gave it with like 100% accuracy. It was solving bugs that I'd had in my code base for a very long time, right? So you can put a model through a BS bench or a hallucination benchmark, and it performs better or worse. Like on hallucination, hey, GLM 5.2 can outperform Claude Fable on hallucination, but Fable 5 is one-shotting everything, right? It's very hard to create a benchmark that is going to be able to test that. Theo does it too, and he is getting a lot of views and engagement. Interesting. Okay, Mark Santos said, what is better, Kimmy K 2.7 or GLM 5.2? Definitely GLM 5.2. I can test these side by side for you guys. I did get the Kimmy plan. Hold up. Where is my Kimmy plan test? I was using Kimmy. Hold on. Let me move the desk down so I can lock in a little bit. I'll do like 2 or 3 miles today on the treadmill. But Kimmy K 2.7 is not even in the same league as GLM 5.2 in my opinion. GLM 5.2, 1 million token context window. It's incredible speeds. Kimmy K 2.7, I would say literally like not even in the same league in my opinion. But it's not available through API yet. But we'll see what comes out of this test here. But let's dive in to BridgeAgent real quick, and I want to show you guys what we were working on. So let me just start this up. Hold on, this isn't reconnected yet. Hold on, let me connect this real quick. When do you think I'll get to 1 million? I think that I'll get to 1 million in 2026. Okay, hold on. NPM run start dev. You tested Fable 5 before it got pulled. Was it actually worth it over GLM 5.2 or not enough to matter for your agent fleet? I mean, here's the thing, okay? Fable 5 is a massive leap, okay? It was the massive leap that we all were wanting and I was waiting for, and it just basically like, it just got pulled. right? So everybody's frustrated. I'm very frustrated, okay? But we can't do anything about it, right? We're pretty much, I mean, we were talking a little bit about this at the funeral service, but it just seems like a very political situation. If you guys are familiar with the politics of the United States right now, this is becoming like kind of a pattern. If you guys saw what the administration did with like tariffs and stuff, I mean, if I'm gonna speculate, I'm gonna say that we'll have the model back online before the end of the week, okay? If I was just gonna speculate. I'm not very political, but this is a political situation. It just is. So, I don't know. Okay, let's test Kimmy K 2.7 and GLM 5.2 side by side though, because I think a lot of people are definitely gonna want to see this. So, hold on, I actually had an agent over here working. Let me let this one work. All right, what is chat? Do you think GPT 5.6 would beat Fable 5? I don't think it would beat Fable 5, but I don't think that we're gonna get GPT 5.6 until this situation gets resolved. I don't think that the US government is gonna let OpenAI, or that OpenAI is gonna even release it until whatever situation with Anthropic gets resolved. That could also be incorrect. I don't know. I think that this is such an unprecedented situation that nobody really knows what's going to happen. Obviously, there's never been a model that has been pulled before. So it just is so frustrating. Like, for the people that are really passionate about this space, which a lot of us are, this is very frustrating for a lot of us. Okay, let's do the exact same prompt. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab, hold on, where's BridgeVoice? All right, here's BridgeVoice. I'm going to grab it. I'm just going to go to my history here. And I'm going to give it the same exact prompt. So I've got the same prompt in GLM 5.2 right here, and I'm just going to give the same one to Kimmy K 2.7 code. It was a completely different result, though. Kimmy K 2.7, I literally had the, it was the $39 plan, and it got zapped. But look at Kimmy, though. It's already outputting. Like, that's crazy. Legato, what do you mean, Wi-Fi? China #1? Definitely not. Definitely not. The service may be temporarily overloaded. Okay, 5.2 is struggling right now. And you guys see this? Just so you guys know, this is not my Wi-Fi, okay? This is the GLM's, this is, what are they? Zipu? How do you pronounce it? All right, Shinte over on Twitch said, I was 99% used, then we got the reset, and I was so happy, and then, yeah. So would you say GLM is above DeepSeek also in terms of agentic coding? Yes, I think that GLM 5.2 is honestly the best model coming out of China right now in terms of like cost to performance. Kimmy K 2.7 and GLM 5.2, they're around the same price. So if you guys, I'm just going to pull up OpenRouter so that you can see. Actually, GLM 5.2 isn't in OpenRouter yet, but Kimmy K 2.7 code. And a lot of people are also talking about this fusion. This here, if you guys saw this, this is also, there's a lot of news surrounding this as well. Pretty much, Fusion is a product from, or a product, it's more so an endpoint coming out of OpenRouter, where basically you can give a request, right? And it uses like multiple models. So you can see that it fuses all of the models together. This is a very big topic that people are talking about right now. But the thing is that I actually was talking to, I was gonna benchmark this in BridgeBench, right? And they said that it was gonna cost $200 to $300 to put this through BridgeBench. So the reason that it's going to cost $200 to $300 is because it's using, I mean, guys, chat, what do you guys think? Do you guys want to see me try this? OG Testy, what's up, man? Minimax M3 is great for the price to performance. Yeah, but Minimax M3, if we go to artificial analysis real quick, and I'm sorry, I'm not diving into work yet, but I just want to cover, because there's a lot of changes that are happening in the space right now. So if you go to artificial analysis, let's just reset the benchmarks here. So look at this, guys. In terms of coding, okay, Kimmy K 2.7 and GLM 5.2 are not yet in artificial analysis. But if you look at Kimmy K 2.6, Kimmy K 2.6 is way better at coding than Minimax M3. And we don't know where Kimmy K 2.7 is going to perform, but it's probably going to perform better than Kimmy K 2.6 across the board, right? So it could end up being like over here. Not sure yet. But then GLM 5.1 was way over here, okay? And I think that GLM 5.2 is a big jump from when I was using it. I mean, this morning when I did the test, if you guys remember the horror game test, I did the test with GLM 5.2, and it actually got us a pretty good result. If you guys saw that video on my channel, it got us a pretty good result for the horror game. Turn on on show thinking in open code? Okay, yeah, hold up. But the problem is it's literally the socket connection. It's bugging out right now. But this one's already done. Oh, it called it. Whoa, did this one just write the GLM first person shooter? Oh. Well, this one, it called it. Okay, so look at this. We already, so this is not, just so you know, this is the Kimi K 2.6 first person shooter, okay? This is the Kimi K 2.6 first person shooter, and I just want you guys to know, okay? Do you guys see this? This is so typical of Chinese models. I can't move, okay? Do you guys see this? I'm doing WASD. I can't move. So, guys, so this is what we're seeing from the Chinese models, okay? And I know that a lot of people, because the Chinese models are cheaper, they kind of defend the Chinese models. But I'm just saying, guys, if I gave that same prompt to Opus 4.8, or especially if I had given it to like Fable 5, now we're at the point now where you just can't even compare these models, right? I don't know, but I can't move, right? I can't move. I can jump, but even when I shoot the enemies, nothing happens, right? So I think that you guys are seeing it. I think it's very obvious what we're seeing now. Kimi K 2.7, this one is different than GLM 5.2. How do I do show thinking? What's the command to show thinking in open code? It might not work with WASD. Try the arrow keys. I think it was WASD, dude. Dante, what's up? Sam said an odd observation is that seemingly all the Chinese models and non-SOTA models kind of stop at the same spots. Yeah. Do you know Next N2 Pro? I did hear about it, yes. Okay, let's see what's going on right now in BridgeAgent. I don't know, I'm getting this error right now. Let's see what we can figure out here. I'm just gonna throw this into Codex. And I mean, guys, I'm gonna be honest, I'm super frustrated about the Fable 5 getting taken from us. Honestly, the reason I'm frustrated about it is because everybody could tell as soon as we got it that this is the jump that we've been waiting for in capability. New things had been made possible, and then all of a sudden we get that ripped away from us. Nobody likes that, okay? So I hope that the US government can get it together and get this re-released. We don't know yet what happened. We're still waiting from an announcement from Anthropic. This is an unprecedented situation, but that's why we're in this community, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of you because, you know, just to have the funeral service for our lost brothers, you know, I think that he'll come back from the dead this week, but we'll have to stay tuned. I need you to review this error that I'm getting in the BridgeAgent API and identify what is causing it. All right, I'm going to enter this real quick, and then let's just figure out what's causing this. All right, this is sensitive, so I am just going to rename this to sensitive. All right. I'm so hyped for what comes out of the next Grok training run. Seems like we are still on more compute equals more intelligence, 100%. And like, I can't even tell you how many people I saw saying, oh, Opus 4.8 is as good as it's gonna get. I think that most of us, a lot of people in this community, just so you guys know, a lot of people in the BridgeMind community have been around for a while, okay? And they've been around long enough to know, like, hey, typically, like these small iterations, like the GPT 5.5 release, the GPT 5.4 release, the Opus 4.7 release, the Opus 4.8 release, these were all like minor iterations that we didn't see a leap in capability. It was all just like small steps in the right direction. We were seeing regressions on some things, but Fable 5 just totally level up, and that's why everybody's frustrated. GLM 5.2 with Claude Code is extreme killer. I mean, what's even going on? The service may be temporarily overloaded. Try again. That's so frustrating because I literally have a GLM coding plan, right? And again, like I'm telling you guys, I keep seeing it happen. You know, I literally bought the $99 Kimi plan this morning, right? $99, right? That's not nothing. I zapped my usage with it, okay? So whatever they're serving from the Chinese models like Moonshot AI, they are definitely not subsidizing that much because I paid $99 for a Kimi plan. When you think about Kimi is $1 per million on the input, $3.50, or I guess it's 85 cents, but close enough. 85 cents per million on the input, $3.50 per million on the output. And I zapped my usage on the $39 a month plan with only 6 agents running, okay? I technically did have one that was running like 15 sub agents, but it zapped the usage like immediately. And then I had to upgrade to the $99 a month plan. So I would say with a $39 a month Kimi plan, you actually get less usage than you would if you were using like the same on like a Claude Code plan. Talk about the Le Chaton Fat model outbreak. I've seen it. Can somebody drop a link to that? I don't think that, isn't that fake? I didn't report on it or anything because I think it's fake. Great work. Would you now launch 2 deep dive agents and review BridgeSpace and make sure that BridgeSpace has a similar customized installer? All right. And then I'm just gonna add BridgeSpace Tari. Okay, let's check out what's going on here. Yeah, that's fake news, Mark, on the whatever that model was. It's fake. I need you to update my environment variable file respectively. You can just go in and update it yourself. We need to turn it on respectively. All right, let me get back out of the sensitive stuff. We think Anthropic will reset limits again if they re-release Fable this week. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to think optimistically on the whole Fable situation. I think that it's possible that we get Fable back this week and they just give it to us permanently. I think that actually is on the table because I don't know how they fix this from a marketing standpoint, but there are a ton of people that bought the subscription and then because they purchased it for the purpose of Fable, like there's one guy in the BridgeMind community, he's a cool guy, his name's Rizis. I think he's presented on a project sharing event. He's also like a moderator in our Discord community. But basically, like he was saying that he was a avid Codex user, right? Fable was so good, he canceled his Codex plan, he switched over to Anthropic, he was using Claude Code, he loved it, and then as soon as they pulled Fable 5, he canceled his Claude plan, got a refund, and switched back to Codex, right? So that's what Anthropic is seeing. Shintai said it's great marketing. Fable 5 is now in all news outlets and Opus was not. True. What is your expectations about Composer 3? They say it will outperform Opus 4.8 and GPT 5.5. I mean, Composer 3 is going to be a completely different model. It's going to be completely different. We don't know what to expect, but it could get really, really good. But only time's going to tell on that one. We'll have to see. Let me just see if this is done now. Okay, it says that it's done. So we should be able to restart dev. And I'm going to show you guys this really cool feature that we're building out in BridgeAgent. I think that you guys are really going to think that this is cool. Okay, Super Combo said they can't give it forever if their tokens per second goes down to 2 PS. Yes, they will want to make it right on this, but if they can handle load, they can't handle load. Yes, I do think that they can, because even when it was at 2 tokens per second, though, honestly, I was still seeing, like, I was still using it just fine. Like, I know it was only 2 tokens per second, but honestly, like, it was okay. Like, I was using it. All right, what's going on here? Hold on, I'm dealing with something sensitive right now. What is causing this? And I am trying to use the BridgeAgent desktop app and I'm getting this. Make sure that this is fixed, that we can use it. I am trying to use the GPT real-time integration in the desktop app. All right, let me fix this real quick. I've got a bunch of API keys being shown. Okay. Lawsuit claims Anthropic's top Claude plans fall short on usage promises on the $200 plan and other plans. Did you see this? I didn't. How much do you spend on your credits daily? I don't spend on credits. I just spend on the plans, okay? I just spend on the plans. I need you to review this API and assist me in setting up. Hold on. Let's actually just do it. I need to do a review. I review this API and note that we need to begin. Hold on. Implementing a sign-up process and an auth guard. Review the code and tell me yes or no. Do we have this set up yet? Yes or no? Kimi K 2.7 is worse than Kimi K 2.6 in my opinion. Yeah, I would agree. I don't know if it's worse. I would say that it kind of is like an Opus 4.7 to 4.8, you know, where it's like, hey, it's going to be better in some areas, it's going to regress in others. It's not a leap. It's not like a new architecture or anything like that. Does DeepSeek V4 Pro, is it nice for vibe coding? I mean, it's a cheap model, right? So you see a lot of like what you see in some of these other Chinese cheap models, right? Where it is very, very difficult to use some of the Chinese models. I think that you guys just saw it a second ago, you know, with just this brief test. Let's see, is this one done yet? What even is this doing? Yeah. So with my GLM coding plan, I've been rate limited so much. So this is so frustrating. Look at this, guys. So this is what I'm seeing. I gave that prompt to GLM 5.2, and now I'm having a bunch of problems with it, okay? cannot connect to the API. The socket connection was closed unexpectedly. So I don't know. Maybe on Saturday they weren't getting as much load and now it's completely gone to crap. That's frustrating. We'll see though. When is the giveaway happening? We're gonna do it tomorrow on stream. So I'm gonna give it 24 hours. Then we'll do it. I'm gonna give away a Kimmy K 2.6 plan to anybody that goes to my Kimmy K 2.7 video and likes, subscribes, and drops a comment on it. Okay, so this looks like it's good. Let's set this up. Okay, great work. I now need you to review the BridgeAgent desktop app, and I need you to auth guard the app. If the user is not authenticated, it should show them a welcome screen and have them actually log in. Okay. For logging in, we can redirect to the website and then have a deep link back to the Tari application. All right, so what we're gonna do from a technical perspective on this is we are going to just have a deep link similar to what we did. It was with BridgeSpace and BridgeVoice. Also, guys, if you saw this, this is literally insane. I want to show you guys what we did with Fable 5, and I'm not kidding, it's so frustrating. On wait, somebody said check Polymarket. Did it just go up a lot or something? Hold up, somebody said check Polymarket. Oh, whoa, guys, what's going on? We just saw a 100% jump in Polymarket. What happened? Anybody know what? Yeah, it just jumped 10% on Polymarket. The odds that it's gonna get restored today. Imagine. Okay, I was thinking, I'm kind of surprised that honestly we haven't even gotten it back today. But I don't know. Stain said I'm making calls. Let's go, dude. So that's new. We could get it back today, guys. But like one thing I want to show you guys with Fable, like if any of you are users of BridgeVoice, okay, you will have noticed a massive update get dropped in. Like look at BridgeVoice, guys. BridgeVoice is way better. Do you guys see this polish and enhanced prompt? This is so cool. Watch this. I need you to launch 2 deep dive agents and do a thorough review of BridgeShot and prepare to assist me. So I can drop in this prompt, right? And then I can do enhanced prompt and watch this. It's so sick. So that wasn't that good of an example because I only said like a 1-sentence prompt. But you can now enhance your prompt inside of BridgeSpace, okay? So what you can do now, and let's just drop in BridgeShot so we start to work on BridgeShot. But you can now enhance your prompt, and then you can also polish your prompt. So if you said something like much longer, we'd be able to see a little bit of a better example of that use case. But polishing and enhancing are now features inside of BridgeVoice, and those are features that we just one-shotted with Fable 5. Let me call Dario, I'll sort things out. Let's go. Dude, the UI update for BridgeVoice is so clean. Yeah, Stain, it was done. It was done with Fable 5, and that's like, I'm so frustrated because they basically gave us a superpower, and then they took it away. And it's very frustrating for anybody that's passionate about vibe coding. Okay, so apparently it was just a migration that needed to be run for that BridgeAgent error. Let's see if we can reload this and see if this is working now. Hold on here. npm run start dev. Autocomplete for BridgeSpace is also way better. We had Fable do that for us. But let's go back over here now. We're gonna go to BridgeAgent desktop and let's see if this is working now. There we go. Hello there, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Would you say what's up to the chat?
What's up, chat? Hope everyone's doing well and feeling good today.
Okay, now shut up and go prompt this agent to do a complete deep dive on the BridgeMind API directory in my BridgeMind directory on my desktop.
Got it. I'll send that to the agent now and let you know which chat is handling it.
Okay. Shut up. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what we're working on, agent, and this is actually pretty cool because with this, okay, there's a couple things that I've been working on. So check this out. So I can now, let's just launch a new session and I'm just going to say hello. Okay. So check this out. So I can now pull this up and I can now drag and drop this over. So now I have 2 agents. Okay. And this is just connected to like my, hold on, which was this one? Wait, I lost, okay, is this one here? Okay, so this one's now running, this one's now running. But what I can do is literally I can @ any of those integrations. So you see how I did @? So how BridgeAgent is going to work is it's similar to Hermes Agent, but if you think of Hermes Agents are a general purpose assistant, okay? There's somebody in the BridgeMind community, his name's Mind Dragon, he's been around the community for a while, and this guy, he literally said, if you get Hermes Agent set up in the correct way, it is by far like one of the best tools to be using for like agentic coding, okay? And here's the thing, this is true. If you guys have heard about looping, if you've heard about there's a new frontier of vibe coding that's starting to emerge, and I see it, okay? I see it on X, I see it in other places, but what's happening is people are actually coding with these autonomous agents. So instead of being inside of an agentic development environment and just, you know, prompting Claude Code all day, people are starting to code autonomously. So what I built here is now we have these integrations. I can @ any of these integrations, right? So I can @ AWS, right? So boom, @ AWS. I can then do @ Cloudflare, right? And what I want to do today, the biggest goal of today, is we actually want to get this connected. Do you see how this is not connected and not connected? We want to get these connected, and then we want to see if we can actually start to get these integrations to work, because what we're trying to accomplish with BridgeAgent is we want a fully autonomous coding agent that doesn't need all this prompting. So if you guys go over here, there's this thing that is called responsibilities, okay? And what responsibilities are is if I go to responsibilities, basically what you can do is, let's just go to the library, right? So you'll be able to give this agent responsibilities, and like one of the responsibilities would be like dreaming up something new, like a new feature, but also being able to find like errors. Like for example, Sentry error triage, to be able to connect Sentry and then be able to pull all of the errors that are happening in production and then be able to like automatically fix the errors, make the pull request, merge the code. This is the next frontier in my opinion, because right now how I'm doing it is I'm doing it on a Hermes agent. So I don't know. What are people using when Fable 5 is gone? Well, people are just using what they were using before Fable 5 even came out, right? They're using Opus 4.8, they're using GPT 5.5, but we could see Fable 5 come out today. We're on watch. The poly market odds did just go up by like 100%. So we're on watch. Everybody keep an eye out for it, because anything could happen, okay? Anything could happen. So I'm gonna do this real quick. Okay, let's drag and drop this. Once a user selects an integration, it should not show this here. It should just show the pills for the sake of UI. Amazon was trying to get Fable out. I mean, we don't even know the real story on it, right? We have no idea. Also, guys, let's drop a 40 bomb. Let's drop a 40 bomb, okay? We're gonna do 500 push-ups today. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Let's drop a 40 bomb. Let's get the energy flowing. Also, I am gonna get the treadmill out, and we're gonna do like a mile or two on the treadmill, okay? Sonnet 4.6 is worse than GPT 5.5. Yeah, Sonnet 4.6 is like a legacy model at this point. That model's terrible. I think Opus 4.8 literally runs faster than Sonnet now. So don't bother using Sonnet models. They're not even faster than Opus models anymore. They are cheaper, but they're so bad at this point compared to the Frontier Opus models. All right, let's give one more prompt. I'm just gonna add BridgeSpace Tari. I need you to do an in-depth review of this project and prepare to assist me. All right, let's drop a 40 bomb, chat. Let's go. All right, let's go. Are you not a US citizen? No, nobody. I'm a US citizen. Nobody has access to Fable 5 right now. Now, there's speculation that they literally could make it so that you have to like do an ID confirmation, but that is insane to me. What's your learning path? Any books? So I started like 4 years ago. I think that there is a baseline amount of knowledge that you do need to have to be a good vibe coder. But after a certain level of knowledge, you can just start cooking. Okay. Let's see this one. Okay, I need you to create a structured plan. You read sci-fi ever? No. All right, let's check up on that Jill on 5.2 instance. Literally nothing. Oh my gosh. It's just been, hold on. It's just been doing this now for a while. That's so stupid. All right, hold on. Let's just run open code again and just try it again. Test this again. So Kimi K2.7 inside of Kimi code, it did just fine. Blaze over on Twitch said, how many walking steps do you get in? I'm gonna go for like 1 or 2 miles, okay? 1 or 2 miles today. Start an indoor walk workout. Kickbacks opinion. I don't even know what that is, to be completely honest with you. Kickbacks for what? Opus 4.8 regresses Fable 5's work, don't you think? I mean, all we have right now is Opus 4.8. So, hey, what are we gonna use? Like, I was talking to people on Friday when we lost Fable 5 access. People were saying my whole weekend plans are just gone, right? And I totally agree with that. Like, what's possible with Opus 4.8 is completely different than what's possible with Fable 5. Have you tried Fusion? I have not. Do you guys want to see? I mean, everybody's gonna say yes. It costs about $200 to put Fusion through BridgeBench, though, just so you guys know. If anyone or Matthew responds to anyone, then I probably won't see what you mean. My apologies, I'm on mobile data on the bus. Wait, John, what did John the Dragon say? John, okay, the Gato said a book that's printed last week, it's outdated before it reaches the shelves. Yes, very true. Okay, I didn't see what John said. Okay, Josh over on X said, will you do the ID verification for Fable 5 access if they offer it? The thing is we just integrate directly with Claude Code. So, like, you know, with this is not, like, affecting anything related to BridgeMind. The only thing that we're worried about is, like, people are saying that ID verification is coming. I would do the age verification, to be honest. Did you try Headroom integrate? What's Headroom? Super Combo said, you think GPT and Google and Elon will postpone launch due to this? Yes, I think they will. World Rex, I have not gotten around to it. Okay. Okay, these are working well. Let's drop in another prompt here. BridgeVoice. I need you to launch 2 deep dive agents and do a complete review of BridgeVoice and identify any bugs that you can find in the code. Okay, what I changed, macOS only, the full. I need you to help me properly customize the Windows onboarding flow as well. Or no, it's not onboarding flow. The active app icon still points at older art. Is that okay? Yes, I want you to address both of these respectively. May open up gray market Fable prompting. What is that? Gray market? What are your expectations for the next GPT model? What would happen if it's stronger than Fable? First of all, I don't think it's gonna be stronger than Fable. I do think that Anthropic is. I think that they're gonna win. Okay. Ever since I started using Claude models, they are much different than GPT models. Okay. There are things that GPT does do better than Claude. Okay. But, you know, even like looking back over this journey, right, of vibe coding an app until I make $1 million, Claude models have been like the biggest. They have been #1 for a long time now. And I think that GPT 5.5, for the people, there's people online that like, they just, you know, they get clicks and whatever for hating on Claude and Anthropic. But the thing is that Opus 4.8, in my opinion, is better than GPT 5.5. And I think that Fable is better than anything that OpenAI can release right now. let's see. I was working on a project using Fable and now continuing using 4.8. The difference is crazy. Yeah, it's literally a complete difference in capability. Chat, I have a quick question for you guys. Do you guys think that we're gonna get Fable back today? Does anybody feel like we're gonna get back? What's Polymarket at? Polymarket? Nah, Polymarket's at 13% now. No, it's at 18, I guess. That is so low, though, just so you guys know. 18% on Polymarket is very low. I don't think it's gonna, I mean, this is an unprecedented situation. People are just gambling. I think this is a very difficult thing that people are betting on. Nobody knows if it's gonna come back today. It is possible, though. It definitely is possible. At least 1.5 weeks. I think before that. Hold on. Also, guys, this is what Kimmy K 2.7 produced for me on the horror game. Do you guys see this? Do you guys see how it didn't work? That's what Kimmy K 2.7 built for us. Just so you guys know. Okay. Okay, let's have one of these agents. I need you to do an in-depth review of the functionality of BridgeAgent and the BridgeAgent desktop. Note that when a user references an integration, basically what that means is that the agent needs to integrate with that integration respectively. And one very important thing that I need you to figure out is that we need to make sure that we're not leaking keys as the agent works. So if there's something sensitive like a AWS credentials and we're adding that integration, we need to make sure that that never shows up in the conversation and is never displayed in a chat. Figure out how to approach this, review the existing functionality, and then create a plan so that when we add an integration in the BridgeAgent desktop chat, that it knows to use that integration, and then it also makes sure that it never is revealing sensitive information about the keys respectively. Okay. All right, let's accept this. Have you tried Fusion yet? I have not tried Fusion yet. I think that it's gonna be expensive. The issue with Fusion is like, and I say this often, but hey, when you're trying to decide what tools to use, it really doesn't matter like what tools that you use in today's world. Like when it comes to using an actual plan, right? The way that I see it is you want two things, all right? You wanna make sure that you have access to the best models, and you want to make sure that you're getting subsidized heavily for the model that you're using. So for example, if you get an Anthropic plan, you are getting heavy subsidies to use the best model in the world via Claude Code, right? But for Fusion, I know that people are hyping up Fusion, but there's one simple problem with Fusion, in my opinion. And the problem is that you're not getting subsidized. So if I was gonna use Fusion, I would have already spent like $400 today. So, will subsidies ever end? We'll see, because the thing is that even though like the subsidies are super high, right? Like the subsidies are, oh, we're giving you $8,000 worth of API usage for a $200 subscription. But the question that you need to ask yourself is how much does it cost Anthropic to actually serve that model, right? Because I know like, are there API customers just getting absolutely screwed, right? Like that's the thing that we need to ask ourselves, like how much are they actually subsidizing, right? And I think that once they IPO, we'll get, you know, I'm come from a finance background, so I'm very interested in seeing Anthropic's income statement and balance sheet and cash flow. Like as soon as these companies IPO, we're gonna see if the subsidies can continue. It's gonna be very easy to see if it's gonna continue. Does Fable 5, will it come this week? I think it will, yes. I think it's even possible today that it'll come out. We're gonna be on stream for a while, grinding. But it is frustrating because what's possible with Opus 4.8 is a completely different set of things than what was possible with Fable 5. So we're gonna notice that for sure. But only time's gonna tell when we're gonna get back. All right, let's find this. Okay, let's run this real quick. Man, the autocomplete feature for BridgeSpace is significantly improved. Just so you guys know, if you haven't tried it out yet, the autocomplete feature it saw a huge improvement. Okay, I'm gonna delete this one. Okay, here is BridgeSpace, and I was working on something here. I do want to remove, hold on, why is Codex resuming last here? You guys see this? It's resuming last. Address is installed and locked. Hold on, do you guys see this? Hold on, let's try this again. It looks like Codex is resuming last on the resume functionality. npm run sorry. Let's check this out. Can you test Fusion? Yes, but the problem is, guys, it's expensive. Like, I don't like Fusion because first of all, I haven't tested it, so I can't be sure. But the vibe that I get from it is like, what do you want? Do you just want to pay for API cost? Like, just go pay for API cost somewhere. Like, I know that it fuses the models together, and they're saying that it has Fable performance, but I wouldn't want to pay for Fable performance if I was paying API. So, I don't know. I think that that's kind of bogus, to be honest with you. Like, oh, it's 10% of it's within a few percent of or Fable capabilities. Like, that's bogus to me. Have you done a Mimo v2.5 test? No, I haven't, but I will. When they release their next model, I will test it. I haven't tested Mimo, though. It's a little bit outdated now. I think that we're going to see a lot of... I'm excited for their next model. I will definitely test their next model. Okay, we definitely want to fix that. I did not want you to use that icon. Let's move back to the old icon. Jeez, Opus 4.8. Now, once you use Opus 4.8, is it just me, or is it like using... I mean, I don't know if we just got spoiled using Fable 5. Bridge shot coming soon. Yeah, we actually have one agent working on it right now. This one right here. Great work. Would you start it in dev mode so that we can begin testing it? What became of Fusion from OpenRouter? A lot of people are interested in Fusion. I might have to test it out. You should create a video of using $200 to test Fusion capabilities. I could, yeah. All right, let's go over here. The problem is that everyone wants to see Fusion, but the thing is I don't think that model is actually applicable to most people. I don't think that I wouldn't use Fusion. I wouldn't pay for Fable. I wouldn't pay for Fable 5 at API pricing. I'll be honest. I wouldn't pay for it. It would get way too expensive. You wouldn't be able to use it. Like, if you could literally spend $10,000 a day on Fable 5 if you were using it in a real workflow. Like, I don't think it would be that difficult. Okay, let me drop in this here. I need you to review, why does BridgeSpace just keep refreshing and refreshing and refreshing? Figure out why and fix. Okay, there's some issue here. Just refreshing and refreshing. You guys see this? I don't know what's causing that. Okay, Hung said, I'm tired of babysitting Opus 4.8 and GBT every time. Give me my boy Fable back. Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing about Fable, is that with Fable, you would just be able to give it a task and it would be able to get it done, right? So that's the biggest issue that I personally have with, you know, the existing models, is that you have to babysit them. That's very well said, Hung. I didn't know you had to pay API costs for Fusion API. I thought it was just OpenRouter with whatever LLMs you are subscribed to. Yeah, like, think about this. It's just an endpoint, and you pay for it just like you would with any other API key from OpenRouter. So, like, of course you're not going to use that, right? Because you're just going to pay API. Okay. Okay, great work. Would you now assist me in integrating BridgeShot with the BridgeMind ecosystem? I need you to make it so that in order to access BridgeShot, users have to log in through BridgeMind. You can review how BridgeSpace and BridgeVoice do this with deep links. Do a complete review of how they handle their auth system, and then assist me in integrating an auth system and an auth guard into BridgeShot so that only authenticated users are able to use it respectively. All right, so we're gonna start to integrate BridgeShot. BridgeShot is going to be in the BridgeMind ecosystem. I think that it's, it fits in perfectly with the ecosystem. I mean, if you guys notice how many people ask me, what screenshotting tool is that? What screenshotting tool is that? Like, let's just bring a really good screenshotting tool into the BridgeMind ecosystem. That's what I've decided to do. BridgeSpace Tari, BridgeVoice, and then I'm also gonna add BridgeMind API. And then I'm also going to add BridgeMind UI. Launch 5 sub-agents to assist you in creating a structured plan for this implementation. Somebody just asked, are the revenue numbers legit? Yeah, 100%. So let me just pull up the Stripe dashboard. The integrity of this mission is one of the most important things to me. If I was making things up or if it was falsified, right? Like you see a lot of these like content creator people do, then I like literally the entire purpose of this mission would be pointless, because I'm trying to prove that this is possible, right? So I'll show you guys the Stripe dashboard. So today, for example, yesterday I made $930. Today so far, 158. Let's go over to the MRR and see where we're at. So MRR is at $17,778, which is great. Active subscribers is at 646. So this is all looking pretty good. You know, one thing I'm happy is that, hey, we're not seeing much churn, okay? So this, even though we're not seeing, like, we've had 14% growth over the past month, I'm actually happy with that, because we haven't done a bunch of big product launches. I haven't been really going crazy on marketing. I've just been, you know, doing BridgeMind like I would normally, and we've been seeing, like, you know, a nice little climb, 14%. And I think that over the next, you know, 3 months, you guys can see some of the goals behind me. We've got so much planned that I think that we're gonna make a ton of progress. And I'm just really happy that we're not seeing that this number is like super volatile. So I'm super happy about that. Need to update title. 213,000. Yeah, I guess 213,000, but I just put that in. Whenever I make the title of the streams, I just go to that dashboard and I grab that number and I put it in. And I made the title of the stream earlier this morning. PNK Sound said, incredible to see how far you have come since day 60-ish. Congrats, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And honestly, guys, the most important thing to me is not the ARR. That's important, but the most important thing to me is the community. If we can like continue to keep this community together, keep the community active, and continue to push forward of growing the community, that is a win. Because at the end of the day, like, I feel comfortable with where the ARR is at, and like, hey, how much money is BridgeMind making, right? I feel totally fine with where we're at, okay? And it really does come down to like, hey, the BridgeMind community is probably number one in terms of like importance level, okay? Okay, Sam said, hey Matthew, I've been watching the streams religiously over the past few weeks while I code. Love what you're building. It's truly something special, and an avid BridgeSpace user could never go back. Let's go, Sam. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Speaking of BridgeSpace, let's pull it up. npm run chari dev local. I saw somebody that said that they just made their first 30,000 using BridgeSpace in the Discord. Did anybody else see that this morning? They said, I just made my first 30,000 using BridgeSpace. That's insane. So super happy to see people being successful with that. That makes me super, super happy. But let's test out this Codex functionality. I think I saw a bug, so I'm just gonna do like type hello here. And then here I'm gonna do Codex, and I'm gonna do test 2, because I don't think that the Codex sessions were resuming like they needed to be. Community is everything. You guys motivate me to grind every day. Thanks, guys. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. All right. I'm gonna close this. I'm just gonna restart, and we're gonna see if that is still glitching out or what's going on there. That autocomplete feature is really getting good. I literally just told Fable 5, I said, launch 2 deep dive agents, go review the autocomplete feature and make it way better. And it just was like, okay, boom. Okay, there we go. So now that's resuming the correct sessions. Okay, so now when I resume, now, hold on. I've got like a bug in my, so hello and then test 2. Okay, that does work. Hey, perfect. All right, hold on. The Jumper said, man in the arena, why don't you build your own Fusion? It's very simple to build a workflow like that with headless sessions. Honestly, I'm really only interested in building something that I would use personally, and using a model and paying API costs is just not something I'm interested in. As soon as, like, a lot of these companies are trying to capitalize right now on the Fable 5 mess, right? Like, you can see GLM 5.2, literally they said, first of all, they launched it on a Saturday. And then they basically said, we believe that the future of like AI is open source, which I think that that's a great, I am like totally in agreement. I think that that's amazing, right? But the thing is a lot of companies were trying to capitalize on what happened with Fable being removed. And I feel like Fusion is a result of that, because literally in their post, let me find this post. XF said, yeah, everybody is talking about this. I'm probably gonna have to do a video on this Fusion. I mean, or I can use it. Do you guys want to see me test it on stream? Oh, Anthropic has been sued for allegedly misleading customers on Claude usage limits. Oh, that's great. Oh my gosh. All right. All right, hold on. Let's see this. All right, so it was what? It was this Fusion. I know I posted about it. Let me find it. So it was this Fusion. Introducing the Fusion API, the smartest compound model in the market. Fusion achieves Fable level intelligence at half the price, right? I mean, should we benchmark it in BridgeBench? Do you guys want to see me use it? How about this? How about we test Fusion? I will do this. I will do this, guys. Let's test Fusion on the horror game, okay? Let's test it on the horror game. How about that? Drop a W in the chat if you want to see me test the Fusion API on the BridgeMind horror game, Bridge Horror House. Just drop a W. All right, got a lot of W's. Okay. All right, also shout out to everybody that's watching over on Twitch. I do have the whole chat pulled up. I can see everybody over on Twitch. I can see everybody on YouTube, and I can see everyone on X, and like Facebook and stuff, believe it or not. Okay. All right, so let's test it out, guys. Let's test it out. Yeah, Bridge Horror House. Let's test it out. So we have these 3 agents running. Let's see what we can do here. I'm excited to see this agent come through. But then on this here, let's go to Open Router. Okay. Okay. And let's see. I think that I have... Let's just do model, and I'm pretty sure I have Open Router. Is Fusion in this yet? Yeah, Fusion right here. Hello. I mean, guys, I'm gonna run up a check. Let me put some more Open Router credits. Okay. All right. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to create a new directory just called Fusion. We're going to cd into that directory. We're going to launch open code in that directory. And then we're going to use models, Fusion. And then I do have this. I haven't published it yet. But I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Hold up here. I have to drop another one. CD out and then into BridgeBench. And then CD into BridgeBench UI. And then run npm run dev. Honestly, I should have done I need to do a review video on Fusion. It's just going to be so expensive though, guys. Like, I don't know if this is going to be a model that we use. We'll see the cost. We'll see the cost after, but then the horror house game is right here. Horror. All right, first person survival horror game. Here it is, all right? All right. Let's drop it in. Boom. All right, guys. All right, so this is Fusion. And how this works is it pretty much routes the model to like an entire, they literally refer to it as a trench coat. Somebody said, imagine if it's good. We'll see. It's probably going to cost an insane amount of money. I mean, that was fast. Creating the to-do list there, that was actually very fast. But like, I don't even know what model it's using right now, right? It's used 24,000 tokens. Qwen 3.7 plus testing. I haven't tested Qwen 3.7 plus yet. Somebody said it's so bad I just used it. Well, let's see let's see how it does on the horror house game. If you guys remember what Fable 5 was able to produce on the horror house, I think that this is going to be a good test. I think that this horror house game is going to be like such a good test for us. I'm going to start testing this on all the models. But like this here, what is this using? This is outputting way too fast. Like, what is this using? DeepSeek V4? It's using like DeepSeek V4 Turbo or something. What model is it fusing? We don't know. Literally, there's no way of even knowing what it's using. But apparently what it does is like if there's a certain aspect of the task, then it'll route it to like a less, like it'll route it to Opus 4.8 if it needs Opus 4.8. It'll route it to like a more expensive model if it needs like a more expensive model. It'll route it to a cheaper model if it thinks that it can do that. But all I'm saying is this. You can wire all these models together, but I don't see how there's a world where throwing DeepSeek v4 into a task and utilizing it is going to get you a better result, right? And that's what they're saying. They're saying that it gives you Opus level intelligence at half the cost. And I'm like, honestly, that just seems like a Super Combo said that's not how Fusion works. Would you tell me how it works then? You can do all of this with Gemma 4 EB. You definitely cannot. What's best for you right now in IDE, CLI, and an AI model? Yeah, I use it in ADE. Fusion asks all 3 models at once, GPT 5.5, Gemini 3.1 Pro, and Opus 4.8, and then they combine the results. But no, it doesn't use those models, Super Combo. It literally, look at this. If you go to OpenRouter, you can see the models that they're using. Look at this. Fusion. Look at this. Top models used by Fusion. Opus 4.8 is number 1. It's 78%. 78% is going to be Opus, but then it's using all these like crappy models. Look at this. Mimo is being used. I know that a lot of people like Mimo, but hey, Mimo is from Xiaomi, right? I mean, like you can look at artificial analysis and see how it's ranking on like coding, right? A lot of people do like that model, so I'm sure that somebody that's watching this right now is like, hey, I love that model. So I'm not hating on the model. It's just that, hey, you're going to get a different result if you give a task to Xiaomi. Look at this, 45. So look at this, 45 compared with Frontier. So if you give anything to Xiaomi, I just don't even see how it's going to... DeepSeek V4 Pro, 4% used. Gemini 3 Flash Preview, 3% used. It's only routing to GPT 5.5 2.2% of the time. So it's basically a Claude wrapper. No, it's not. It's not. It's not a Claude wrapper, but I guess 78% of the time it is. Porky, what's up? What IDE is this? This is my product. This is BridgeSpace, okay? It's an ADE. What commands do you have for Fusion in there? I don't think that you have, like, it's literally just an API endpoint. Like, people are talking about Fusion like it's this, like, super special thing, but basically all it is, it's a model router that will route, I mean, or I guess it uses all 3 models at once and then chooses the best answer. Is that bums, or you did not miss the giveaway? The giveaway is going to be tomorrow. For the Kimmy plan giveaway, that's going to be tomorrow. So if you guys want to join that giveaway, I'm going to give one of you guys a free Kimmy code plan, like an Allegretto plan or whatever it is. But just go like my, go to my latest video. It's the Kimmy K 2.7 code video. Go like that video and comment that you liked and subscribed and stuff, and you'll be entered in. Okay. Context window is used, so it only has, it's 37% of the way. Is the context window only like 150,000? I need a license so I can use it on both my Mac and Windows for what? Close that screenshot bottom left. Wait, what is this? Map? All right, so it's creating the map here. I'm telling you guys, I think that Fusion is so misleading. Somebody asked if it is necessary to know basic of Java at all to vibe code. No, you don't need to know anything about syntax in order to vibe code. What's more important when you're vibe coding is not syntax. What's most important is that you actually understand like the architecture and infrastructure of code bases. Like, learn about APIs, learn about databases, learn about front ends, learn how they connect to one another, learn how to then deploy it. Here's the map going in. Connected, 4 clean doors. I mean, this actually does look like it'll be interesting. Chat, what do you guys think so far? Okay, give me a second, Super Combo. You can select what models Fusion uses, but isn't the point of Fusion is that it does it automatically? All right, hold on, let me pull up my Discord so I can see what Super Combo's saying. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so this is what Supercombo sent me. So in the UI, this isn't the UI though. So in the UI, you can select what models it could potentially use. But via the API, I think it's completely different. Okay. So that makes sense. So you can set it. Fusion turns your prompt into a small multi-modal deliberation. A panel of the expert models, see below, analyzes your prompt in parallel with web search and web fetch capabilities. Then a judge model synthesizes the responses into a structured analysis, consensus, contradictions, partial coverage, unique insights, and blind spots, and writes the final answer from it. So we'll see. I mean, I just want to see what it creates, honestly. Yeah, Peppershut said, hey, I don't understand. I saw a tweet that says it's... I think that Fable performance for half the price is BS. To be completely honest with you, I think that's BS. Fable performance for half the price. I feel like everybody's trying to take advantage of this whole Fable situation right now. Speaking of which, can we check Polymarket and see what's going on right now? I mean, we're only at 14% today. But we don't know what's going to happen. It could be... This is an unprecedented situation, so we're not sure. We're testing the open router thing right now, just so you know. We're testing Fusion right now. We'll see the output of it. It looks like it's functioning just fine normally. I'm more interested in the output. We'll let it work, but let's do some other things while it works. It looks like it's going to take maybe like another 5 to 10 minutes, then we'll have the result and see what it does. Okay. Did you properly customize that installer for BridgeSpace for Mac? Okay. This is fine on BridgeShot. This is being tested as well. This here, okay, yes, proceed. IDE download link. Go check out BridgeMind.ai. And it's not free, by the way. It's $20, but you can get 50% off if you use code V3 at checkout. Okay, that's already done. All right, one thing that I was exploring, though, I want to show this to you guys. So if we go to the side panel here and we do launch the BridgeAgent, what I want to do is I do want to update this. I think that GPT real-time is better than the Grok integration that we're using. So I do want to add that and just say, hey, BridgeMind API. I want you to review the Bridge Jarvis Assistant and note that we want to move this from Grok to the GPT real-time and use GPT real-time instead of Grok. GPT real-time is a lot better. How do you convert the changes between the Windows and Mac version of BridgeSpace? I just use Tari. If you use Tari, you can do it all at once. It's very simple. All right, let me see this here. All right, let's check up on the Fusion. Fusion output's cooking along. I am curious about, look at this, we're at 65% used on the context window. The context window is very small for Fusion. Very small. Also, guys, I am about to drop a link to the BridgeMind Discord community in the chat. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed and joined the BridgeMind Discord community, make sure you do so. This is the largest vibe coding community on the internet. We've got, what is it, 12,030 builders or something like that? It's crazy. Here, I just pinned it in chat. Thank you, Mute the App. All right, but this here, it's very slow. Fusion is not fast. All right, yeah, let's get. Okay, great work. I now need you to actually configure a sign up workflow on the website and make it so that users are actually able to sign up now. Properly hook this up to the API. I also need you to protect this using a Cloudflare turnstile key, just like we do with the waitlist. Don't remove the waitlist yet. Keep the sign up page independent and don't change the calls to action. Still have the waitlist. Just build the page for it. All right. How do you solidify your backend security? You can use things like Cloudflare that are going to help a lot. Security is a tricky one. You know, there's always gonna be things that you can improve about security. I think that people are mistaken when they think that you can't use AI to build secure applications, but let's see this here. Back to GPT 5.5, not 5.5. I use Opus 4.8, but I mean, it just is a little bit frustrating, to be completely honest with you guys, with losing access to Fable 5. I'm very much looking forward to it coming back, and I do think that the model will be a game changer. It's just, hey, like, can they give it to us and not take it away now, you know? All right, look at this, guys. It looks like this is almost done. It's almost done. Fusion here. It just compacted. So very small context window on Fusion, guys. All right, this looks fine. All right, that looks fine. All right, we're going to connect this with GPT real-time audio, and I think that's going to give us a completely different look at it. I am going to add another BridgeSpace Tari. I need you to review the BridgeAgent inside of BridgeSpace, and note that we need to completely change the style. There should be a button in the header for BridgeAgent that users are able to toggle. And when they toggle that on, BridgeAgent should be able to be moved around the entire application, and when I go to different workspaces, it should still remain in the same place. I need you to completely redesign it, though, to make it way more compact and smaller. Right now, it's this giant widget, and we need to completely compact it and change the design, take away the input chat. We'll change that. But, okay. All right, how's Fusion doing? Okay. Is it almost done? Want me to start the dev server? I think it's done, guys. I mean, so it finished relatively quickly. It looks like it's done. Somebody said that they predict slop. Are you done? Yes or no? I also predict slop. It says no. I need you to... Wait, what? It says that it's literally done. Is the game ready for testing, though? Somebody said, since Fable 5 is gone, it genuinely feels like my best friend died. How is it for you now coding with the other models? I mean, I think that we're going to get it back, okay? I think that we're going to get it back as soon as today. I would be shocked if we don't have it back this week, but it is frustrating to get it pulled away from us, for sure. I'm totally with you. Okay, I want you to start it and then launch it in Google Chrome so that we can test it. All right, first output from Fusion. Yeah. Code by Dev said, are you done? No. Ready to test? Yes. Yeah. Well, it basically just said that it needs to Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Okay. Let's see here. All right. All right. We do have it, guys. All right. Dread Corridor. This is the first result from Fusion. Click to play. Yeah. All right. It's completely garbage. What even is this? Guys, this is literally the same prompt that I gave to Fable 5. Somebody said that poly market's on 25%. Okay, I have a question though. Did you finish building out the game? Because you didn't finish your to-do list. Like, your to-do list hasn't been checked off, but did you finish? Guys, one thing to note is that I know the to-do list isn't checked off, but I'm pretty sure that it compacted and it didn't follow with the to-do list. Sometimes it does that. Good catch. Let me be precise. The code is functionally complete and the game is playable. The buildable game is done. The only thing that it needs to do was manually playtest and then update a README, and yeah. So this Fusion is complete fake news, as to be expected. Yeah, I think that Open Router should be ashamed of themselves for false marketing. This was like in large part because of BridgeMind, just so you guys know. The GLM coding plan. I helped them so much, I'm gonna be honest. Literally this X post that I had, look at this. So GLM did very good in BridgeBench and it got 761,000 views and 891 retweets. That is a crazy viral post. But yeah, Fusion this is a open hour, they should be ashamed of themselves. This is disgusting to me. Fusion achieves Fable level intelligence at half the price. Yeah, that makes sense. You're gonna get Fable level intelligence by using a Mimo V2.5 Pro and Opus 4.8. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, people are saying that poly market is zooming right now. Hold up. Oh, all right, chat. Let's go. All right, so we're at 24%. If you guys look at yes is 24% right now. I mean, guys, we could get this back today. It was 27. Okay. Oh man, please. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how to make an X post that exposes Fusion, but the reason that I didn't try it like on a video is I honestly had an idea that it was going to be bad, to be completely honest with you guys. They really should be ashamed of themselves for lying like that. Because if you're in the space, guys, you're not gonna get better results using DeepSeek V4 Pro. Say Fusion API is not for coding and just for regular research. It's because the Anthropic is in DC. If Fable were to come back today, would it be for US citizens only? We'll see. That would be speculation, but that's what people are saying. We don't know for sure yet, though. But yeah, this is complete. This is a complete lie. Fusion achieves Fable level intelligence at half the price. That makes sense, right, guys? You can achieve Fable level intelligence by fusing 3 crappy models together. That makes sense. Try the game again and click F to turn the lights on. Reopen it in another Chrome browser, please. They should be sued for misleading. Nah, the F, just so you know, it was for your flashlight. I mean, should we expose this? I don't feel like I can do. I don't know if I can do it justice on how bad this actually is, but let's try. I mean, it's just complete garbage, right? Like, and we can record a video. That looks like a flashlight, right, guys? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we can even get. They should be exposed for false marketing on this. I mean, I'll quote it, and I'll just, you know. Open Router should be sued for false marketing. All right, Open Router should be sued for false marketing. Fusion does not achieve Fable level intelligence. I gave it the exact same prompt to create the same horror game that I created using Fable 5. Check out the result below. All right, complete garbage. Okay, go like this. I don't know if people will even bother checking this out. But yeah, go run up this X post. They should literally be sued for false marketing on this. That's literally ridiculous. It's just complete black. And we can, I mean, can we find the Fable game? Hold on, let's go over to Cursor real quick and let's see if we can find the horror game that we created using Fable 5. Hold on, let me see if I can find this, guys. Horror game. Let me see if I can find this. All right. It was way down here somewhere. I think they meant Fable 1 and not 5. Yeah. I mean, that's just complete false marketing. Everybody is trying to capitalize on on Fable 5 being removed. Okay, I think I can find it here. All right. Hold on, let me just check this out real quick. Okay. So I should be able to get this. Would you start the dev server for the horror game that you created in this conversation? I think that this is the right one. Won't you have it in your VODs? It's in my VODs, but to go and find that is going to be, I just want to have it right now. Stain said the timing was too convenient. It reeked of trying to profit off Fable being taken down. Oh, 100%, dude. It's serving. I don't think this is the right one. No, I want you to kill that server and actually go to the horror game that you created in this conversation, and I want you to start that horror game up. It should be called Bridge Horror House. Let's see if we can find this. All right, wait, what did Jake, what's up, man? How's it going? Also, guys, we are gonna have a project sharing event today, or not today, sorry, this week. I haven't announced it yet, but just anybody that wants to like present their projects, we are gonna have that either Wednesday or Thursday this week. Kill the old process. Okay, let's see if this is running now. Okay, so guys, this is the one that Fable 5 created, okay? So if anybody is curious of, hey, why, look at this. In one shot, this is what Fable 5 created, okay? So, I mean, I don't want to, like, make everybody sad at, like, the fact that this is what was taken away from us. cannot stand the light. Hold your beam on him. Hold it. Do not blink, and he comes apart like smoke. But the light eats batteries, and taking what is his only makes him angrier. The last key wakes him. God forgive me. I am going to try tonight. Okay, we're gonna put this down. Oh my gosh. I'll be honest, that gave me some chills. So, I mean, guys, I'm just so frustrated. I mean, I should have linked. I wonder if there's a way for me to link that. Please open source that Fable 5 horror game. Fable horror versus Fusion horror. I can open source this. Yeah, I mean, it's for them to say Fable level intelligence, just complete false marketing. Complete false marketing, guys. That is the biggest load of garbage I've ever seen. All right, honestly, I think that we can run this up, guys. If we draw attention to this, I think that people will recognize it. Let's so now let's do this. Now we're gonna record this game, okay? And we're gonna post this on X. And like, I mean, you guys, we're all here. All right, so here is the Bridge Horror House game that was made using Fable, okay? All right, so we're gonna go over here. Even the keys literally spawn in different areas. All right, I am recording this time, just so that we can post this on X. Oh my gosh, look at it. Do you guys see it? That is literally insane, guys. Wait, is there something blocking this? I can't get in. I literally can't get in that room anymore. Hold on, we're gonna need some more batteries. So it literally has, like, batteries and stuff. Okay, there's literally lightning effects in the game. All right, now we can escape. And remember, this was one shot. You escaped. So what do you guys think? Do you think that fusion really has Fable level intelligence? I think that's completely ridiculous. Yeah. All right, let's go. Hold on, I'm gonna quit this now. And let's do this. I'm gonna quote this post. All right, Claude Fable 5 created this horror game with the same prompt we tested Fusion on. Let's sue OpenRouter. I don't know, I'm just gonna say, do not fall for OpenRouter's malicious, I'm gonna say fraudulent. The capability of Fusion is nowhere close to that of Fable 5. Stringing together 3 Opus 4.8, GPT 5.5, and DeepSeek V4 does not give you a better model. OpenRouter, I mean, they really should be sued. Yeah, they really deserve to be sued, honestly. Yeah, I mean, all right, go repost this, guys. They should be sued for false marketing. They literally said that their crappy Fusion model, they literally said, oh, this is gonna give you a better model. And literally look at this, guys. We use the exact same prompt, and this is what you're looking at. You're looking at a model here that basically created a dark room. Look at this. So this is a result from Fusion, and everybody's talking about it. You can literally see everybody in the chat was talking about Fusion, 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 and we tested it, and it's false marketing. And I think that they should be sued for it. Marcian, I'm sorry you're having a bad day, dude. And then this is what Fable 5 created. A fully working game, right? With incredible graphics. Like literally the lightning effects. Guys, look at the lightning effects. This is making me miss Fable even more. No, there's no free trial for BridgeSpace. Somebody said in the Discord today that they made their first $30,000 using BridgeSpace. That's insane. Yeah, this is literally, I think that this is ridiculous from OpenRouter, because they're obviously just trying to capitalize on this whole Fusion ordeal, and they should be sued for it. It's false marketing. All right, we're gonna repost this on all accounts. All right, let's get back to grinding, guys. Where are we at with Fable 5 restoration today? I mean, it's 20% now. It's going up, it's going down. Why should Fusion be sued? False marketing. Just a complete lie. All right. No. Okay, let's pull up the desktop app now. So I want to give Bridge Desktop or BridgeAgent Desktop our first test. Sign into BridgeMind. Hold on, let's see what this does. Okay, we need to do one thing. This needs to properly. Hold up. I need you to make it so that we can run the BridgeAgent Desktop app running BridgeAgent or npm run tari dev local, and if we run it in local, it will properly use the local variables for redirects. For example, for redirect, it should redirect to the proper local port that's BridgeAgent Desktop is running on. Note that we do this inside of BridgeSpace. You can reference BridgeSpace so that you can see what it looks like there. But I need you to update this so that we can run it locally and that it redirects to the local website, respectively, running on the local port. Okay. What screenshot app do you use? I do use CleanShot X. How do I handle credentials for what? For like AWS? Are there any updates on Fable? Nothing yet. I mean, I would be shocked. Completely shocked if we don't get an update today from Anthropic. They said that there's officials at the White House right now, but we literally have no idea what's going on. Somebody said, why don't I use BridgeShot anymore? I just started building it out. Literally, I one-shotted it with Fable, and I haven't tested much today. Okay. Okay. It's this one here, though, just a reference. Is this ready to be tested? I was wiring it into the BridgeMind API, so BridgeShot is going to be wired into the existing BridgeMind subscription. So for anybody that wants to use BridgeShot, it will be available for BridgeMind Pro users, okay? Yeah, the Poly market, I'm not even super interested in looking at Poly market. I don't think that the number is going to be accurate today. It's too unprecedented what's going on right now. All right, also, guys, I think it's time to drop a 40 bomb. Let's go. Bridge shot is just going to be Mac initially. I don't know if I'll do a Windows app. I just want to do a Mac app because Tari app would not be the same, because, for example, like one of the things that makes CleanShot X so useful is that it works on Mac very, very well. For example, I take a screenshot, right? It's right down here. And then over here, I can click up here and I can just do capture history and it shows all of that up here, right? It looks very good. Who's the guy that made 13K? I think he made 30K. And I just saw it in the Discord. Somebody said they just made their first 30K and they used BridgeSpace to do it. That's awesome. All right, let's drop a 40 bomb, chat. Who's with me? Let's go. I don't care if you can drop a 1 bomb, a 5 bomb, a 10 bomb. Anything is better than a 0 bomb, okay? All right, White House officials say Anthropic came to every fork in the road and took the wrong fork. What? Polymarket just said that? All right, let's drop a 40 bomb. Let's go, chat. Let's go. All right, who hit him with me? Let's go. If Fable out, for real, US citizen will be shareable? You think so? Okay. All right, this is being off-guarded. This is good. So BridgeAgent is being off-guarded. And then Bridge Shot, we're wiring this into the ecosystem now. Okay, great work. I now need you to restart Bridge Shot so that we can test it. Let's go, Stain. All right, Bridge Shot is going to come together very, very quickly here. Fable 5 was literally just one-shotting the crap out of it. Just everything. Boom, boom, boom. Done, done, done. What languages do you know? English. Can you explain the product? You're literally looking at it. It's a vibe coding ecosystem. So everything that you see me vibe code with is a product that I built to help me vibe code, okay? So this ADE that you're looking at, this is my product. Bridge Shot, this is gonna be a screenshotting tool. Every product that comes out in the BridgeMind ecosystem is going to be a tool to help you build software autonomously using AI, okay? I don't believe in building products that aren't gonna solve a problem for myself, okay? And the thing is like a lot of people, they go into something, right? And they go into it with the sole goal of making money. And if this is you, you will most likely fail. Because if you go into something just wanting to make money, and you're trying to replicate something else that is working, yes, that could make you money. But I find that if things get difficult, then you'll give up. It's Gabble said, do you have Fable 5? Nobody has Fable 5 right now, dude. Literally not a single person. But let's see if this actually does work. It looks promising. So do you guys see this? So in one shot, I mean, guys, don't sleep on Opus 4.8, okay? Because in one shot here, let's see if this wired it in. Hold on, let's see here. If this works, I will be very impressed. Wow. I mean, guys, it worked. So Opus 4.8 is still very, very good, okay? So let me quit CleanShot X so that we can solely use BridgeShot, okay? So now with BridgeShot, I already have it wired in. And let's just test out BridgeShot now. So here it is right here. We'll change the icon and everything. But now if I do this, now this is BridgeShot. You guys see this? Hold on, did I just freeze or something? I don't know if the stream just froze, but I saw that it froze for a second. Why did it just freeze? Chat, did it freeze? Let me know if stream froze. Crazy, are these all sub agents or something crazy? So I can, for anybody that's new to vibe coding, I will tell you this, okay? I've been vibe coding for 3.5 years, okay? More than that now. It's gonna be 4 here soon, okay? I started vibe coding at 20 years old in my college dorm room, okay? And as soon as I started vibe coding, I could tell that this was the future of software development. I've been coding manually, and what I saw was that people, instead of, hold on, I do see it freeze. Oh, I see what's happening. I see what's happening, hold on. Okay, so what happens is, okay, so this is gonna be weird for you guys, but I'm using OBS, right? And when I use the screenshotting tool, it like froze me. But if you look down here, this is now BridgeShot, okay? And we're gonna integrate some super sick AI features today with this. I need you to note that when I'm using BridgeShot, as soon as I basically Command-Shift-4, everything on my computer freezes. And I need this not to happen. I need everything to function normally and just to have the screenshotting tool. What is causing everything to freeze? Because it shouldn't be. Opus feels obsolete. The Fable UI designs were so much better. They were a lot better. But the thing is we don't have Fable anymore, guys, okay? And until Fable does come back, we can't be like depressed, okay? We have to know that, remember this. You guys all saw the Fable 5 capabilities, okay? And what I look at is, for the time being, Fable 5, we don't have it right now, right? But this is more, I think it shows more than ever that vibe coding is the future, because you guys saw another leap in capability where, hey, those leaps are going to continue to happen. I think that we just have to stay in the arena long enough to the point where vibe coding, you are going to be incredibly rewarded. If you are vibe coding, you are going to be like super successful, in my opinion. Look at this GLM 5.2 instance. It literally is still working. Wow. GLM 5.2 is like a completely different model now. Now that people are actually using it, make the freeze a toggle. Freeze is normal. Alex said, especially when you want to screenshot a video or something. Yeah. You could make it a toggle, yeah. But screenshotting is super important because you need to give the AI context. So for example, here's what we have with BridgeShot, okay? And this is important in a vibe coding workflow because for you to be able to take a screenshot and then watch this, just to be able to mark up things. And there's actually somebody that, look at this. So I can literally go like this, I can point in it, and then I can do text. You know, yeah, that is very, very useful, just so you guys know. And then we're gonna integrate AI capabilities. What does this even do yet? Oh, nice, it's a background. Okay, nice, yeah. Yeah, CleanShot X does this as well. Okay, interesting. Okay, watch this, guys. So, okay, great work. I now need you to create a structured plan and ensure that the changes that you make are not breaking changes. You need to make sure that any change that you make does not have any risk of breaking another feature. All right, I'm gonna do a structure plan here on this one. All right. I need you to launch 10 deep dive agents and do a thorough review of BridgeShot, and note that we need to maximize the performance of the app and make it as performant and as smooth as possible. You can review the application in complete depth and note that it is a Swift application, and we need to maximize performance for users so that this is highly performant. Review areas where we can improve performance and then create a structured plan for your updates. Okay. My BridgeVoice, it's working right now. All right, hold on. Are you still using Hermes Agent? Yes, I am using Hermes Agent, but I'm in the process of building out something that's going to be much better than Hermes Agent. It's going to be specialized for coding, okay? Hermes is a general purpose agent, and what I'm working on is BridgeAgent. You can go check it out at BridgeAgent.app, but this is going to be a highly specialized agent for coding autonomously, okay? Yeah, I use Hermes, guys. I've got 5 Hermes agents. They're incredibly useful. Yeah, if you don't use agents yet, you definitely need to get clued into that, because I do think that that is the way that things are heading, okay? I don't think that we're going to be prompting 5 years from now. Just so you guys know, prompting is going away, okay? Prompting is going to go away. Okay, so here I've got 10 agents running. Let's check this here. Okay, it's the frozen snapshot overlay. Okay, when it happens, can you press escape to drag the box? I just need you to find the symptom and fix it. Blackwell said, prompting going away is too extreme. I would rather do it to myself. That's what you say now, dude. But in the future, I'm telling you guys, we are not going to be prompting in the future. Yeah, I'm checking mute the app. I'm not going to draw attention to it. If you use BridgeVoice, just switch over to local, okay?
The stars are pulling up the sky. The freedom is a blurred in sky. I build it up and from the ground.
All right, what are you using the Hermes agents for? I'm using it for things like customer service. I'm using it for things like coding autonomously and solving bugs. They're incredibly useful. So if you aren't using them already, I would highly recommend that you do. BTF Cookie said, what am I working on? So currently we're working on this bridge shot. Okay, so we're working on a couple things, as you guys know, but the main focus right now is we're working on this bridge shot. Okay, so if you look at this here, do you see this? This is not Clean Shot X, okay? This is bridge shot, okay? And we are going to build in a screenshotting tools for BridgeMind users. I think that, like, I've been using Clean Shot X now for a while, and having a screenshotting tool is necessary in a vibe coding ecosystem, and it's very simple to build. How do you start a project from scratch? Do you create skills or something? Honestly, like, it's at least my approach to vibe coding is building and then iterating, okay? Hold on. Is BridgeAgent and BridgeShot all included in the BridgeMind app? Like, does it install if you install BridgeMind, or are they all different apps? They're different apps. If you had those all tied into one app, the performance on it probably wouldn't be great. It would be very difficult. Like, for example, hey, to make BridgeShot great, you're gonna have to make it in like a actual Swift application. At least in my opinion, I think that's how you make a really good application. Is that, hey, for something like BridgeShot, you want it to be a Swift application, right? My personal preference is GreenShot, but there are so many useful tools out there. 100%. Yeah. So Boris Cherny is not prompting. He is now loop engineering. Do you have any idea about this? Well, I did see. What's his name? Hold on. It's Prime again, or the Prime Time, whatever that guy's name is. He is like, he has some very negative statements towards vibe coding and AI. you know, I watched one of his videos and like he basically was ranting about, you know, the whole Boris thing. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I just don't understand how you can look at the trajectory over the past like year and not see it. You know what I mean? And he's like so negative towards AI, and I'm like, I don't know. I know that you know, we're a programmer for a while, but this is like the new wave, you know? Prime is coping because he has to keep his viewership. Somebody said, could you show us how BridgeAgent will work? Yeah, I'll give you a quick rundown of BridgeAgent, what we have so far. The only issue is that right now I do have the sign-in enabled. Let's hold on. Make it so that this auth is a feature flag. Make it so that I can basically toggle on and off whether or not I need to be authenticated or not to access BridgeAgent desktop. For example, in dev, I don't want to have to authenticate. Review this in complete depth and update this so that it's a feature flag. All right, so let me make it a feature flag real quick, and then I'll show it to you in a second. AI is killing internal communications in big companies. How so? FX over on Twitch said, honestly, I did not get what is new about loops now. Some of my colleagues are using paperclip for quite some time now, and this is doing the exact same thing as they describe as a loop. Yes, so pretty much what's happening is we're starting to get like abstracted away from prompting, and like we're not that deep into it yet, but I want you guys to look at how barbaric this actually is. I am sitting on an app right now that has, what is it, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 Claude instances running, okay? And I'm manually prompting all of the agents to make my applications like get to the point where my applications are, you know, like I'm trying to build my applications out, right? Why can I not just define some sort of mission and then they all code autonomously, right? Through loops. Yeah, it would be essentially like goal but upgraded, okay? So just having to continuously prompt and prompt and prompt. And I think that what's gonna happen is that like right now, one of the biggest limiting factors for like causing us to have to sit and prompt, right? And I just say this because, hey, I've been doing this for 3.5 years now, okay? My life and what I'm best at is vibe coding, okay? And you guys can tell that I have an incredible passion for vibe coding, okay? It completely changed my life. This is what I was doing in my college dorm room, okay? And I pretty much stopped hanging out with all my friends so that I could vibe code, okay? And all my friends thought I was weird, okay? But I will say this. The space is changing so fast, and it literally, think about this. Think about the evolution from copying and pasting from ChatGPT to VS Code to then using Claude Code. What do you think is the next step? It's going to be literally, you're going to define like these missions or these goals or these overarching principles, and then it's just going to be able to code itself. So I think that that's the next frontier, and that's why I'm building out BridgeAgent, because you see the liftoff from things like, I mean, hold on, let's check Hermes Agent real quick, and I just want to see, hey, is Hermes Agent, is it getting more popular or is it getting less popular? Let's check real quick. Hold on. Oh, hey, we hit 86,000 subscribers. Let's go. Thank you guys. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. I do have a like goal of 500 likes on the stream, and we do have like 700 people watching. So if you guys haven't already liked the video, it really does help me out. So if you haven't dropped a like, just make sure you do so on every stream. It really, it honestly motivates me a lot. So would really appreciate if you guys did that. If you guys enjoy the streams, just a really good way to get back, honestly. So look at this. So Hermes Agent, 3 million. Okay, so we've kind of maxed out on the Hermes Agent hype. Okay, and Hermes Agent install, Hermes Agent tutorial, Hermes Agent setup, Hermes Agent on OpenClaw. I'm pretty sure OpenClaw is like dead. 1.3 million in search volume, massive competition. It's pretty much dead. Let's look at Paperclip. Somebody mentioned Paperclip. Paperclip is, that has fallen off to only 355. So really Hermes Agents are the most popular right now. You know, just to give you guys context, you know, BridgeMind, 338,000 in search volume, and vibe coding in general, 1 million, right? So these Hermes Agents are hugely popular. Like it's 3 times more popular than vibe coding. So, you know, for you guys that are watching this, just be mindful of it, right? Like, just be mindful that, hey, this is emerging. And I've said this multiple times. Somebody said agents are dying. I don't think so. OpenClaw died. Hermes agent, though, there is literally massive amounts of people that use these agents, okay? And Steffa, what's up? Check Polymarket. People are spamming to check Polymarket. Yeah, I haven't tried PyDev yet, but I know that a lot of people are talking about it. I may try it here soon in a video if you guys want me to, but I've been hearing about that more. All right, let's see this. Whoa! Chat, we're at 30%. Guys, it's possible that Fable is resurrected today from the dead. That is crazy. All right, who said please respond to what? AI usage is heavily subsidized, yes. We don't know yet. I don't bet on Polymarket, just so you guys know. I don't gamble, nobody, if you don't gamble, guys. All right. Check again now. Okay, let me check this. This should be back online. Hold on, is it an environment variable, I'm assuming? Great work. Would you now toggle this off so that I can access it in dev? Thank you. All right, bridge shot, performance optimization. Is there Vibe gambling? I don't think so. All right, hold on. I want to check something real quick. Wait, where's my BridgeVoice? Here it is. Hold on. Let me check this. Am I in cloud or local? I'm in local. I will say that parakeet is pretty good. Hello. Let's say quick test. Okay. Also, guys, we're good on BridgeVoice, just so you know now. New update on Fable. You will be asked by... Whoa. Cody Berra, drop the link to that. Somebody said update on Fable. You'll be asked for government ID. Hold on. Is there... Cody Berra, do you have a link to that? Hold on. All right, let's see this. There's nothing. I don't see anything. So this is where I read it. That's a joke from Reddit, not real. Okay. That sucks. Okay. Where are we at on Polymarket, though? Tired of the bait? Yeah, same. Yeah, I want to fail back too, man. I mean, now that GLM... Look at this, guys. This GLM is just never... It never finished. It just never finished. I mean, I guess that people are saying that... I don't know, that they banned it because of China, but we actually just don't know the real reason yet. We just don't know. So there's no way of telling right now. All right, let's test bridge shot now. All right, I think that, hold on, let me see my OBS. I think, did we solve that issue? Let me check. Would you restart the server so that I can test this? How do I get a similar setup to yours? Get BridgeMind.ai. You go to BridgeMind.ai. Anthropic will reportedly meet with U.S. officials today to resolve the dispute over Fable 5. So at least like 3 days. Yeah, I think I saw that last night. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely a chance that we get it back today, guys. Just so you know. High likelihood that we get it back today. How are you using them for coding autonomously? I see you prompting the whole time here. Where are the agents? I'll show you in a second, Nixer. We're working on it right now. Hold on. Oh, I have to go to the local version. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this working so I can demo this real quick. Not BridgeSpace. I need you to kill the task that is currently running. BridgeAgent desktop. Yeah, 14% on Polymarket. It literally just spiked to 30%, then it came down. Did you try Kimi on Claude Code terminal? Much more effective. I have it as Kimi Claude command to launch. Swarm works amazing with Claude Code. I didn't try it on Claude Code. I used it through Kimi Code. And like, here's one thing, like when I make videos, people will be like, oh, but you didn't try it through their tool. So I tried it through Kimi Code, which is their harness for it. And it wasn't great, to be honest with you. It wasn't great. Yes, I want you to start on phase 1. Let's get this completely built out. All right, let's go over here. Okay, I'm going to test this now. So I'm going to go over to BridgeAgent, cd BridgeAgent desktop, and then I'm going to run npm run tari dev. Oops, npm run tari dev local. Okay, so this is going to be the local version of BridgeAgent. Let's see if it has us authenticate. It shouldn't. Perfect. Okay. So let's actually start testing this out, guys. So for example, when you at BridgeAgent, it gives you a list of all these integrations, okay? So for example, you have GitHub, Sentry, Cloudflare, PostHog, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and you can go over here to integrations and you can set these up, okay? So for example, I actually do want to set up the Cloudflare one. Hold on, is this? Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's set up our first integration with Cloudflare and let's just see if we can get this working. Let me go over to Cloudflare real quick. And let me grab my key. Okay. All right, so I'm going to paste my Cloudflare token in here. All right. What about Shopify integration? That's possible as well. All right, so I just pasted my Cloudflare. Wait, oops, wrong input. Oh, shoot. Wait, where'd my key go? I don't know where my key went. Oh, well. I feel like I shouldn't have to enter my Cloudflare account ID. Why would I have to do that? Hold on. I feel like that's unnecessary. For the Cloudflare integration, why do I have to enter the account ID? Shouldn't I just have to enter the API token? There should be no need to enter an account ID. Review this and then update accordingly. Guys, I'm trolling you. Sorry. All right. All right, let's drop a 30 bomb real quick. Let's drop a 30 bomb. Let's get the energy going. We've got Polymarket odds. I mean, how have they not released any information to us today? We got 20%. Anthropic sued for fraud. All right, 30 bomb, guys. Let's go. Let's go. It's possible that we could get bridge shot out like very, very soon. I've seen droid missions before. Wait, check this. News? Oh. Okay, so this is the news that we're seeing here. Okay. Alright, I did see this. I thought this was fake, though. Okay, Jake, I've got you, bro. Hold on, let me do it. Great work. People are asking for us to open source this game. Would you open source this game and call it and include the system prompt that was used to create it as well as the game? Please review, polish this up. Make sure that you only commit the game, add the system prompt, and commit it to the organization on GitHub and make it a open source repo. All right, Jake, I'm gonna make that game open source for you, bro. Thank you for the dono. Okay, so yeah, so thank you to mute the app. So yeah, I did see this, but the only thing is though, is that I didn't get this email. So I didn't make a post about this because I didn't even get this email. I think that this is fake. No, Panpaul, no. Kinder Dev said I did 20. Let's go, dude. Yeah, like I saw this. I think that this is fake, just so you guys know. First of all, KuCoin, this is like a crypto website. I think this is fake. Because I looked, like there's like Chinese down here. I don't know, this does not look real. Interesting, I got it today. I don't have it for other accounts before that. I didn't get this. But I did see this as well. Why so much fake news? Because there's a ton of hype in the space. Literally, when you have OpenRouter, let's check on that post. OpenRouter is literally just begging. They are literally begging for attention right now. They literally need to be sued. Because you guys could see it. Okay, this is now available. Okay, great work. Make sure you commit it and give me the URL to go to the repository. Okay, the horror game is open source now, by the way, guys. I'll drop the link in the Discord community and in the chat here. Whoa, guys, look at this. Okay, Fable 5 restored for US customers by, there is a 32% chance of today. What even just happened? I know it says, look at this, 32.5%. What's going on, guys? Can anybody find anything on this? No, I'm not open sourcing the system prompt. I open sourced it with the system prompt if anybody wanted it. Okay, here's the repository. Hold on. All right, here's the, I'm going to drop the horror game in the Discord, okay? All right. All right, I just dropped it in. Here is the open source horror house game. If you guys haven't already joined the BridgeMind Discord community, I'm going to give a quick shout out to newly joined members. We are currently up to 12,345 members. Shout out to Ian Steph. Shout out to Yazan. Shout out to Chop. Shout out to Victor. If you guys haven't already joined, we are going to be doing a project sharing event later this week. That email in the article went out on the 10th. Yeah, this is skyrocketing right now. 32%. Somebody knows something? Okay. I deliberately kept multi-account tokens. Okay. We should be able to use this now. Let's check if we can get into Cloudflare. Guys, I started going to this cold plunge place in the morning, and it does help a lot. I don't know who in the chat. I used to do cold plunges like on stream, but now I go to this cold plunge place. All right, so this is my first token. Let's click connect. I just want to make sure that this doesn't leak. Connect. All right. Okay, this is actually so sick. Okay, so literally, skills picked up. Cloudflare is connected. Your agent is ready to work. So literally we can give it these responsibilities. So DDoS protection would be one. Cybersecurity watch. But what I want to do now is I actually want to go back over here and I want to hold on, it says not connected. Do you guys see this? And that's, okay, that is so sick. Now we're using BridgeShot as our screenshot tool. That is so sick. All right, let's go over here and I'm going to drop this in. Even though I connected my Cloudflare with an API key, even when I added it in a chat with the integration, it says not connected. Would you review this and figure out what caused it and fix? Matthew, you should do a setup reveal stream. I'm planning on doing a, what is it? It's going to be a, like a vibe coding workflow video. You guys can also expect me to start putting out more content for Vibecademy. I mean, I'm just going to start locking in a little bit more. Maybe I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning. I did my cold plunge. I made the YouTube videos on BridgeMind take so much longer to create now. Matthew is like the video that talked about the silent AI takeover. What is that? So 4.8 still working good, not breaking stuff after Fable worked on it. Nice, yeah. I mean, guys, like, don't forget, like, hey, Opus 4.8 is still a good model. It's just that Fable 5, and I think we'll start to see this more and more and more as the AI models do get better, is that when you can trust a model to be able to give it a task and it's going to get it right 100% of the time, which in the future we will have models that do this, okay? Like if you guys think that AI is just going to be like overconfident idiot, I still remember my college professor saying that. He said that AI is an overconfident like idiot, okay? And I'm like, don't you know that it's going to get way better? And what I saw with Fable 5 is that we saw another huge leap. How does the ARR work for your business? The money just comes in. Like BridgeMind is at a very good spot right now. Like for example, even when I'm not streaming, that's what I worry about the most is it's like, hey, if I don't stream, how much churn do I have, right? Like if I don't stream, it gets a little bit harder to get customers. But like, for example, hey, let me just go over to Stripe right now, right? We haven't done any like huge marketing things. And if we pull this up, look at this. MRR is at $17,728, okay? And over the past month, we did 25,542 in gross volume, 20,300 in net volume, okay? So we're in a really good position right now, and we're kind of getting ready for the next leg up of BridgeMind. We're gonna start working on like merch here soon. We're gonna start pushing Vibecademy hard. We're gonna get BridgeAgent off the ground. There's just a ton of stuff that I'm excited about. And the thing is guys, I'm not in this for the short run. I think everybody knows that. I'm ready to like grind BridgeMind for like the way that I'm doing it, if not more so, for like 3 to 5 years, okay? I am like ready to go because this is my passion. This is my passion. What are your opinions on Perplexity? I do have a max plan to Perplexity. I do have the $200 a month plan, and I do use it for, if you know what Comet is, I use Comet as my browser, and Comet is really, really useful. Comet's super useful. Okay. OpenRouter needs to be sued for their little fusion thing. Bridge browser. You definitely did not use Fusion correctly. Yusuf, I did use it correctly. I gave it the same prompt. I integrated it with it via OpenRouter, and I gave it the same exact prompt that I gave to Fable. Use it directly from OpenRouter if you don't know how to use their API. I did use it directly from OpenRouter, just so you know. If I got a dollar for every time you said OpenRouter needs to be sued, they should be sued. Here's another $1. Okay. How do the terminals in BridgeSpace work, since I often try to integrate external terminals into some projects of mine, but they were extremely bad or madly slow? It does take some optimization. Honestly, like when I initially launched BridgeSpace, they were not performant. It took a lot of time to get them to the point where they were faster. Did you check out, dude, you've asked me that a couple times. I have seen Droid missions. BridgeSpace versus Paperclip, you can't compare those two. And I haven't used Paperclip myself. I know that it's like Hermes Agent, but more towards business or something. Also, guys, if you guys are watching, haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We've got 727 people watching on YouTube right now and only 408 likes. Let's get to 450, guys. Let's drop a 30 bomb. Let's go. Let's go. Move the desk up. Bridge shot launch by end of day. The only thing holding us back is the CI/CD pipeline. We could definitely do it, honestly. We're in need of getting Bridge shot launched. Would you make sure that we commit all local changes to the organization? Make sure that this is a private repository, but get all local changes committed to GitHub respectively. All right, awesome. I think that we could position it, guys. I think that we could get it shipped. Because this, I don't know why I didn't think about it before, but it actually is like super, super helpful to have a tool like this. Hold on. Let's launch this one. And then honestly, let's just do, I need you to note that we need to get ready to launch Bridge Shot. Would you assist me in adding this to the products dropdown and creating a product page for Bridge Shot? Note that this is only a macOS Swift app. Launch 2 deep dive agents to review and create a structured plan. All right. I mean, I literally think we can get this online. The only thing holding us back is actually getting it notarized, but I already have the pipeline for that. It would just take some, I need to get it configured. Can we get a usage check? Absolutely, bro. I bet it's low. Yeah. It's so low. On Opus 4.8, a max plan will actually last so long now on a max plan. Like, this chat here has used $43 worth of API credits. I mean, I literally have no problem with it. Great work. I now need you to launch 2 additional agents to review the updates and polish them up. I wonder how many BridgeMind viewers are on Mac, Windows users in percentage. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm going to use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back. Just give me like 2 minutes here. Got 3 agents going. I think that we could get this launched end of day. I think that's possible. What is BridgeShot? It's a screenshotting tool for vibe coding. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. What's up? Trey said he loves Comet. Yeah, Comet's great. AI is getting scary good. We're on track with the AI 2027 report predicting the end of human dominance or extinction by late 2029 or early 2030. I don't agree with that, but that's an interesting take. All right, let me see if we did get this pushed. And if you guys didn't know, the hardest part about getting like a app actually deployed, honestly, is your CI/CD pipelines. Because that part you actually like need to get your keys and stuff. Like there's some notarization that I need to do. I need to create a new Apple like app. Okay, here is the BridgeShot repo though. Here's what we're looking at, chat. You guys see this? So it's in GitHub. We're gonna get ready to ship this. What do I think of Fable 5? I miss it. Included with Pro. Okay, perfect. All right, Hung said, your workflow uses a lot of deep dive agents to create a structured plan. You should definitely check and use compound engineering with cPlan and cwork. Fits like a glove. Will save you much time. Would you send me links for that, Hung, in DM if you could, so I can check it out. Your take on Hermes versus PyAgent. I didn't know that PyAgent was even trying to compete with Hermes Agent. All right, also guys, update on Fable 5 being resurrected. 25%. I mean, that's pretty high. If somebody knows something on Polymarket and there are insiders that know things, it's typically like over 70% though. Like people don't, this is just people gambling. They don't know. This is just, I feel like this is just gambling. People don't really know yet. I've only heard BridgeWife once the stream lock in. Yeah. Yeah, but I would say that the situation with Fable, you know, for those of you that live outside the US, I mean, I feel like a lot of people know the US politics and stuff. This definitely seems political to me though. Yeah, I think that this is a political situation. Hold on, guys. I'm getting a call from a blocked number. I don't know who this is. All right, let me answer this. I'll be right back, guys. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna mute my mic. Give me 1 second. I should take this though. Give me 1 sec.
You think it's so unfair. You didn't see.
Hello, this is Matthew. Oh, Donald. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, no, it's an honor. Okay. Okay. Yes, sir. Good to know. Yeah, no, I won't say anything. Okay. Yep, 500,000 will do. Nope, no problem. All right. Yep, I can talk to you after the stream. All right. See ya. All right, guys. Sorry about that. That was my grandma. Okay. Let's check out if this is now working with the desktop app here. So let's try adding Cloudflare again. Oh, there we go. All right, so now it says connected. Do you guys see this? So at Cloudflare, do you guys see how this is now connected? Let's go, that's sick. Okay, so I put in my API key. Now what I wanna see is, I wanna make sure that it doesn't like reveal any, I don't know, API keys. Review my Cloudflare account. Let me just see what happens. Okay, I don't think that it's gonna show my environment variable. Let's hope not. Even if I do, I can rotate it pretty quickly, but I just wanna show this to you guys. So I added Cloudflare and I just said review my Cloudflare account. And then you can see that it basically says tagged integrations. I don't know what you guys think about this, but it says, hey, tagged integrations, use the builder's connected Cloudflare integration. Reference their credentials only by environment variable, never print, echo, or write their secret values into your responses. So what I want to see here is I want to see if it actually has the integrations and the skills for being able to access Cloudflare here. That'll be very interesting. What do I think about Mimo V2.5 Pro Ultra Speed? I haven't seen it yet. Matthew, can you explain what does bridge memory do in its graphs? Bridge memory is similar to Obsidian. All right, let me see here. Is it stuck or what's going on here? It's using Wrangler. All right, we'll let this run. And we'll see. We'll come back to this in a minute and see what happens. What are your top 5 agents now that no Fable? I would say Opus 4.8, GPT 5.5. Honestly, those are the two. It's not even top 5. Like, I'm not. I don't touch the Chinese models a bunch. I think that GLM 5.2 is starting to come onto the scene, but now that GLM 5.2 has been accessed a bunch, and like it kind of like blew up a little bit, it's not as good. So when I was using it on Saturday, hey, nobody else was really using it, right? So it performs really well in BridgeBench, and it was like super fast too. But now that other people are actually using it, now we're seeing some issues with it where, for example, like now that a bunch of people are actually using GLM 5.2, it's a completely different experience, it feels like. Somebody said that they subscribed and I'm the best vibe coding nerd on the internet. Take that as a compliment. Thank you. Gemini 3.5 will top Opus 4.8. I would agree with that. I think that Gemini 3.5 Pro will probably top pretty much everything. Not Fable, but it'll top Opus 4.8. I don't know what to expect from Gemini. Interesting thing. Actually, I want to show this to you guys. Hold on, let me pull up artificial analysis real quick so you can see this. So artificial analysis, we should be getting Gemini 3.5 Pro within like the next 2 weeks. They said that they would release it in June, but check this out. So right now, Gemini 3.5 Pro, it's been a while, okay? I'm pretty sure that this model was released in February, okay? So we have not gotten, it was February, right? Or was, man, time flies. I'm pretty sure it was February. We can check down here, but what I want to show you guys is the intelligence over time. But what I want to do is I'm going to clear this, okay? I'm going to clear it, and I just want to show you guys Google. I want to show you OpenAI. I want to show you Grok, or I guess it's XAI. And I want to show you Anthropic, okay? And what you guys are going to see is a very clear pattern, okay? So check this out. So when was Gemini 3.5 Pro released? Yeah, February. So February 19th, okay? So it has been 4 months now since we got a frontier model from Gemini, or from Google, okay? If you look at this, how many models have we gotten from Anthropic and OpenAI since February? Here is, let's just look at Anthropic. Here is Opus 4.7, and here's Opus 4.8, okay? So we have gotten 2 models from Anthropic, technically 3 if you count Fable. We're not going to include Fable for now. But we've gotten 2 frontier models from Anthropic, and we've gotten 2 frontier models from OpenAI, GPT 5.4 and GPT 5.5. Now, what do you guys think happens if a frontier lab chooses that instead of releasing like these small steps, they spend more time training the model so that when they release a new model, it'll actually be a jump? This is the common occurrence that we see with Google models. If you look at Gemini 2.5 Pro, that released around this time last year. They didn't release another model for like 5 months. But when they released the new model, we saw a huge intelligence jump. It jumped 13 points, okay? And then similar with Gemini 3 to Gemini 3.1 Pro, this one was released 3 months later, 48 to 57. The smallest jump we're seeing is literally 48 to 57. I'm expecting that when they release Gemini 3.5 Pro, we're going to see a jump like this one from Gemini 2.5 Pro to Gemini 3.1 Pro. I think, or 3, which is what, 13, right? So if that happens again, we will literally see this hit 70. And if that happens, we'll have a model that's more intelligent than Fable. So I know Google models suck. I know that their harnesses suck. I know people don't like their products. I don't either. But just so you guys know, don't lose sight of Google, because they are going to drop a huge model this month. Maybe everyone is scared to get fabled. True. The reason Google doesn't rush the releases is that Google does not need the hype around new models, since they have enough income from other sources and can make losses on AI. That's true. All right, so it does look like let me just make sure there's nothing sensitive in this. Yeah. That's crazy. So, okay, this is a good sign, guys. All right, this is good. I'm going to show this to you guys. So, I'm using BridgeAgent, and I used that Cloudflare skill, and it was actually able to pick up on the DDoS attack that I got hit with just like 30 minutes ago. Grok is dog fooding though faster. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Grok is only releasing like small models, so we'll see what Grok does. Okay, now I want to see this. Okay, this is actually sick. So I can literally just at a particular integration, and I can just tell it what I want it to do. Hey there, I want you to submit a follow-up prompt so that this agent has the full responsibility of being able to mitigate the DDoS attacks that it is seeing?
Got it. Let me send a follow-up task to the right chat so it can take on that responsibility. The Review My Cloudflare Account chat is now working on DDoS mitigation, including protections, monitoring, and a response runbook. You'll get a result update when it finishes.
This is so sick.
Love the energy. It's on the... Yep. We're in hungry up and wait mode now. If you want, I can also help you plan what to review first once it reports back.
Okay, guys, look at this. It literally has the task list right here. That is so sick. All right, everybody's asking for BridgeWife. I will give you BridgeWife.
The Cloudflare follow-up task is finished, but it didn't return any written summary. If you want details on what changed, I can pull the full result from the chat.
Hello there. Hello there.
Hey, good to hear from you. What do you want to do next?
Is that a different dude, guys? Can it change mid-chat?
Still me. If you mean the work that ran, that was a separate chat thread doing its own task. We can open that.
All right, hello. Hello there. Wait, it's connecting. Add an option. Wait, hold on. Load failed. Hello there.
Hi. What's on your mind today?
I'm trying to stop these DDoS attacks, all right?
Got it. Let's get a focused plan in place. Let me think through the quickest, safest steps. The Cloudflare review chat is on it now. It'll analyze where the attack is hitting and come back with a prioritized mitigation plan that'll...
Okay. Guys, I'm not naming the AI BridgeWife. Somebody said they're getting BridgeAgent just to speak with her. Oh my gosh. Bridge fans. Somebody said stop flirting. Bro, I'm not flirting. You know, I mean, that is so sick that you can just integrate it with like Cloudflare. I mean, you could very quickly make this super, super useful. Yeah, this is the gum that I have, 5 gum. I eat way too much of this because whenever it starts to lose flavor, I just pop in another one. Add an Easter egg for BridgeWife. Okay. Fine, fine. Just for you guys, chat. I need you to review our GPT real-time integration and identify one of the female voices, and I need you to create a secret Easter egg on the settings page. It should be something that is hidden from users that may not know what it is. Look up what an Easter egg is so that you can create a structured way of creating a cool thing that people can find that reveals a special voice called BridgeWife. This should be one of the female voices. All right. Sorry, I'm vibe chewing. My bad. Shrek voice. That's funny. All right, where are we at on Polymarket, guys? We got anything over there? Okay, great work. I now need you to review the GPT real-time integration and note that we need this integration to be able to reference the integrations and the files in the chats. Review how the GPT real-time integration is able to prompt, review the harness that it has, and improve its prompting capabilities. That'll be an interesting one. Guys, I got bad news. It does not look like we're gonna get this restored today. 16%. Spidey Soul over on Twitch, what's up? Alex said, what voice provider are you using? GPT Realtime is definitely the best. I thought that it was Grok, but after like using some of the different models, GPT Realtime is like super, super far ahead. I mean, I was using the GPT app, and if you guys have used that app, I was using it to like help me try to like fix something in my house, right? That thing is literally so dumb. I was like having it look at, you know how you can like show it, like how you can share what you're looking at? It is so stupid. I need you to review this error that I'm getting and fix this. No, it's not 11 Labs. 11 Labs isn't that great. How about, yeah. Yeah, it's not 11 Labs. The only issue I think that you have with GPT Realtime is that it is pretty expensive. Hold on, let me check this. GPT Realtime. GPT Realtime 2. So this is the integration that we're using, okay? And, I mean, it is expensive. Look at this. $4 and $24. That is super expensive. But, like, this is gonna get cheaper. It literally has to get cheaper. Imagine living in a world where you have access to this and it's like $1, you know, which we will be, you know. How about Gemini Realtime? Didn't that just come out? They had like a real-time translation coming out or something. I want you to kill that task that's running on that port. All right, let's see if we can make progress here on Bridge Shot. Okay, great work. I now need you to actually look at Bridge Shot and note that I need you to create a GitHub action workflow similar to BridgeSpace and BridgeVoice, where that pipeline, we're able to version and commit BridgeShot with the version label, and it deploys respectively. Review BridgeSpace and BridgeVoice for reference and their GitHub action workflows, and then take a similar approach with BridgeShot, but note that BridgeShot is a Swift app. Do a review of this with 3 deep dive agents, and then create a structured plan to build out the release pipeline for BridgeShot. Nice. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Why do you add respectively at the end of the prompt so often? I have literally just gotten in the habit of that ever since I prompted ChatGPT. Hung said, wait, both the official apps of Polymarket and Kalshi got removed from the App Store? Did they? It should be able to run locally. What? Fable 5? Respect to the AI, 100%, dude. All right, let's check this out. Okay, this looks good. Kill that port as well, please. Kill that task. Are we expecting Fable's return today? It's not looking good, to be honest with you. I mean, the thing is like, we should expect to hear at least something, right? But I think that the most... I mean, we have no idea what's going to happen, honestly. We have no idea. What is ARR and how do you estimate that? I will literally show you directly right now, bro. There are too many frauds in the space. I'll show you the Stripe dashboard. All right, today $158, a little bit light today, honestly. Yesterday, $930. Let's pull this up. BridgeMind main, $17,728 in monthly recurring revenue, and then gross volume is $25,000 over the last 4 weeks. But honestly, what I'm more interested in is the last 3 months, right? Like, I think that the biggest thing that you guys should understand is that it takes time to like do product launches correctly, to be able to get things off the ground. Like, for example, with BridgeShot, right? I'm not gonna rush that release. We'll see what happens, like in terms of like, I would like to get on Product Hunt, I would like to do an official release, and I would like to make noise about it, because I think that's a great thing to have in a vibe coding ecosystem, a screenshotting tool for context and stuff. But this is the Stripe dashboard. So over the last 3 months, we've done 71,000 in gross volume, 60,000 in net volume, but I feel great about it. M3, Kimi K 2.7, or GLM 5.2. Well, the thing is that GLM 5.2, when I initially had it, it was like fantastic, but now I use it and like, I think that they're not great now. Floyd, what's up? Wait, what did Ab say? Okay, great work. This one's just done. Optimization is done. It would be great if we could integrate some sort of AI feature. Would you dream up some AI features that we could integrate into BridgeShot? That would be super, super useful. For example, maybe we could have something where users are able to take a screenshot and then they're able to use AI to be able to do the markups on it. I'm not sure what this would be. I need you to dream up these AI features yourself. Launch 5 deep dive agents and review BridgeShot and come up with good ideas. Best design skills for Claude. I mean, Impeccable is good. Taste Skill is good. The front end design plugin is good. You definitely want to be using a plugin if you're not already. What was my experience with Plan 3.6 and 3.7? A little bit expensive, honestly, and not worth it. Like the Chinese models, they're typically like cheaper, and you know, that's a big reason why a lot of people are using them, right? Because you're paying like such a lower cost. But for example, I bought the Kimi plan this morning and I was using it in my Kimi K 2.7 video, and I kid you not, like I didn't get that much usage out of it. I mean, I'm not even kidding. I got maybe 30 minutes out of a $39 plan, 30 minutes. And the thing is like, hey, that's fine if it's, you know, if it's a $39 plan, it's a $39 plan. But my only issue with that is that with Kimi, it's literally a cheaper model. So the $39 should go a lot further. So the fact that it didn't, I was like, whoa. It seems to me like the Chinese labs are not subsidizing that much. Are you going to run ads on OpenAI for BridgeMind? What do you mean? I get so many sponsorship offers. The place I'm at right now with BridgeMind is that basically I don't take any sponsors right now because I don't want to become a content creator. Like, I don't want to make videos about something and then be like, and now here's our sponsor, Base 44. I don't know. I feel like once you start getting sponsors, they kind of control you and stuff. And I'm not in this to get another job. I don't want somebody else to control me. Definitely a goal to not be controlled for me. There's ads inside ChatGPT now similar to Facebook's ads. Oh, I didn't know that. Base 44 is so random. Well, that's just one example. They reach out to me all the time. I mean, it's not like they're not offering me any money. Like, they'll offer me like $18,000 for a video. But I don't know. I'm just kind of doing my own thing right now. I don't like making videos, so I don't know. All right, flagship, annotate this for me. Okay. Okay, great work. I now need you to review the integrations that we already have with OpenRouter, and you can create services and endpoints using OpenRouter for this. Use the Gemini 3.5 Flash model for this functionality. I now need you to review this and build out a structured plan to build out this functionality. All right. We'll see what we're gonna build in annotation functionality. We'll see what this looks like in a second though. How's the tried training going? It's going good. I definitely have gotten more training in this past week. I did write it up on the board because definitely with BridgeMind and how much I'm working. Like, for example, this morning, I woke up at 5 a.m. I went to the cold plunge place. I came back home and I started working. So I started working at around like, I'd say 6 this morning. I was able to start working. So, hey, it's currently 1:30. So I've been working for only 7.5 hours. But I'll work. Like, I don't know how long I'm going to stream. I'm going to stream until I feel like not streaming anymore. But I have, even like once the stream ends, there's so much to do off the stream, you know. So I'll easily work 12 to 15 hours today, right? And that's the biggest problem. Like, hey, when you do run your own business, there's no, and I felt this, like when I was working at just like a bank, it was a retirement institution, but basically, hey, once you're done with work, you're done with work. And that does feel good. Like working for somebody else and your weekend you have to yourself, like once you're done with work, you're done with work. But basically like, okay, I need you to proceed and build this out. You are kind of like a slave to your job, to be honest with you. And I just didn't like that. I knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur from a very early age. You're a beast when it comes to balancing mental health and productivity. That's what I really like about you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I don't know. I don't do the best job of at it, if I'm being completely honest. I definitely could get, better at it. But I am a big believer in like, hey, while you're young, you need to lock in. I know that there's people from all sorts of like different ages and stuff, but I will just say like, if you're younger than me, just because I've lived, I'm 23. Okay. I'm going to turn 24 soon. But I'm currently 23, and it's like, hey, if you're in your early 20s, don't go to the bars, don't like get a nicotine addiction, don't chase a bunch of girls, don't hang out with guys that aren't good influences on you or are just like degenerates. Okay, it would be better to be lonely and doing the right things than be surrounded by people that are, not doing the right things and are bad influences on you. At the end of the day, you are who you hang out with. So just be mindful of your time. Be mindful of who you keep in your circle. Bitcoin's at 76K? Wow. Chris said, oh my gosh, you're so old. Yeah, no, I'm not old. I'm so young. But I don't know. I think that 23 is the age where you can start to see where other people are. Like at my age, people compare themselves a lot, right? So there's a lot of people that I used to know that have no idea what I'm doing now, right? And it's because not necessarily like, oh, like it's just that I stopped. I went a completely different direction in my life. Okay, this is building out the GitHub action workflow. AI markup only will build this out. Oh, 67K. Okay. Thanks, Lucio. Yeah, we did just hit 86K. Thank you, guys. Yeah, we'll hit 100K. I think we'll be at 100K in August, I would say. I think August will be at 100K. We'll see what happens. Alcohol is so boring. Yeah, alcohol, there's no... I would... It's not a good use of your time. All right. Okay, let's check this out. So I'm going to go to BridgeAgent here, and I want to check out what this came back with. I need you to review the output from this agent and identify what we need to do to make BridgeAgent better. It would also be great if we could somehow improve the design and the formatting of output and improve the harness so that the output is improved. Do a complete review and then create a structured list of things that we can improve, both about the harness, the Cloudflare integration, and BridgeAgent as a whole based off of this output and example. All right, cool. Man, we need Fable so bad, guys. Do you recommend using custom system prompts? For what? For what? Is BridgeSpace Electron? No, it's Tari. Claude uses tokens like they are going out of style. I stick with Codex 5.4 for actual coding and 5.5 for more in-depth audit and troubleshooting analysis. That's interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't touch GPT 5.4. I think that Opus 4.8 is great. It does depend on how much, it does depend on how much you're spending. All right, that's a huge factor. Why am I not using Cursor? I'm just using my Claude subscription, so there's no point in using Cursor credits if I'm using my Claude subscription. That's where I'm getting subsidized the most. We need 5.6, yeah. Let's check Polymarket real quick on, I want to see two models that are going to release. It's going to be Polymarket. Let's go to Polymarket, and it's going to be 5.6. I'm assuming that until this, this situation is resolved, yeah, until this situation is resolved, we're not going to get these models. Look at this. There's no chance that we get GPT 5.6 this week. Now, next week, that's highly likely, okay? We're probably going to get GPT 5.6 next week, but the thing is that all of this is up in the air because of this whole situation right here, and it doesn't look like we're going to get Fable 5 back today, guys. Dang. That sucks. But here is BridgeShot. We're about to release this. This is a custom Swift app, okay? And you guys are about to see some pretty cool functionality get dropped in. You see this? I need you to review the functionality of BridgeShot and note that currently when I begin to take a screenshot, the whole screen and my whole computer freezes, and I do not want this to happen. Review this with 2 deep dive agents and figure out what is causing this. Can I do a screen recording? Let's see. Capture full screen. Let's get some recordings done. I'm gonna cancel out of this one. I'm gonna launch Claude again, and I'm gonna do BridgeShot. I need you to launch 3 deep dive agents and do a complete review of BridgeShot, and note that we want to make it so that users are able to do screen recordings and creation of GIFs. Would you do a complete review and then create a structured plan to build this functionality into BridgeShot completely? All right, guys, looks like BridgeWife is being dropped in here. All right, Avila said, why all the cybersecurity hype? Fable does it all in one place, and a local heretic model gives you everything you need. One thinks and another bills. What do you mean? Like, what's the hype? Also, guys, I think that we're gonna need another 30 bomb. Let's go. I don't care if you can drop a 1 bomb, a 2 bomb, a 5 bomb, a 10 bomb. We're 3 hours into the stream. Let's drop a 30 bomb. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, great work. I now need you to proceed with updates. Quiet over on X. I can hear you. Yeah, I can see you.
The stars are pulling up the sky. The freedom is a blurred in the sky. I built it up and from the ground to make this world around. The sun is rising from the sun. A pain in the sky has just begun. The past is raging in the dark to turn to pieces from the spark. The DJ standing, breath of flow. A story that I've never
Sinbel said he dropped a 5-bomb. Let's go, dude. Let's go.
was waiting.
I'm using the free version of Gemini, and I haven't ran out of usage yet, but I'm also not completely vibe coding, so maybe that's why. Yeah, you would hit that for usage so fast. All right. I think we're ready to release BridgeShot, honestly. Like, just for testing sake, I'd rather ship it. Let's hold on. Let's launch Codex real quick. And Codex is great for security, okay? So we're gonna use GPT 5.5 extra high fast. We're gonna drop in BridgeShot. I need you to launch 5 deep dive agents and assist me in significantly improving the security and identify any vulnerabilities that you see with BridgeShot, review in complete depth, and then create a structured plan for any fixes that need to be made to BridgeShot. Yeah, we can release it in beta. We'll release it in beta. What is better, Minimax M3 or GLM 5.2? I would say GLM 5.2 is better. Minimax M3 is gonna be cheaper though. This whole LaShant and whatever the fat thing is, it's you guys are cracking me up with that. It's so fake. Okay. This is ready to be released, guys. So I mean, we could literally speedrun this. We could probably get this released in the next 2 hours, maybe. BridgeMind is a vibe coding ecosystem, okay? So, like, literally the way that I look at it is, hey, BridgeMind's BridgeMind, okay? Which should screen recording? Yeah, obviously gate. Okay, so BridgeMind, if you go to BridgeMind.ai, you're going to see a couple things. You're going to see BridgeVoice, which is a voice-to-text tool, and then you're also going to see BridgeSpace, which is an agent development environment, okay? I've been vibe coding for over 3.5 years, and I've built these tools out of a need for myself, okay? So I had a problem, and I solved it by building these products, okay? So, like, for example, the next thing that's being added to the BridgeMind ecosystem is BridgeShot, which is a screenshotting tool for vibe coding. Okay, I now need you to commit all local changes to GitHub respectively. What's the status on BridgeMR? Not going to focus on that right now. I don't want to get distracted with too many things going on at once. I think BridgeMR, we'll probably revisit that at some point. But for now, not a focus. How did I start getting subs and views? Consistency, man. That's literally the only thing that matters. Consistency. If you're consistent, you're gonna be successful. Like, I can, based off of like the journey that I've had, like, there's people that are up and coming, right? If you're consistent, you're gonna win. Like, just period. It doesn't matter who you are, how good your equipment is, what you're working on, because if you're just consistent and you have something where you just say, hey, I'm just gonna be consistent and not give up, you're gonna be successful, period, with whatever you do. Because it becomes less about whatever idea you have and it more comes about, hey, whatever happens, I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna move on, I'm gonna get better. You know, I'm gonna take everything that I learn and just continue to make better and better products, and I will figure this out, right? And so, for example, when I started streaming, I didn't have anybody watching. I had nobody watching. My first stream, 0. Actually 1. I was on it. My bot account. And, you know, you just stay consistent with something and you're going to be successful. Okay, let's see this. Yes, I need you to create a structured plan for it first, though. Put in plan mode. Chris Luttrell, let's go. 500 likes. Let's go. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. I left a feature request on Discord for BridgeSpace. Any chance you work on that app this week? Yeah, I've been working on it today. Let's pull it up real quick. Hold on. That's the Bridge Horror House. It's running on 5173. I mean, guys, I think that game development is going to get taken over by AI here soon. Like, people are making millions of dollars on Roblox. I don't know if you guys knew this, but it's going to, like, take over. I'm very interested to see how it turns out. But what you guys saw is that, like, even that Horror House game, if you actually worked on that and you worked on it in, like, a game engine dev, right? Like, I don't know, like, somebody mentioned Blender. I don't even know. There's, like, game engine devs, right? If you worked on it for a while, you would literally be able to create, like, a crazy game. I need you to review what's happening now and fix this. Yeah, so Blackwell said that game development is already taking off, but you have to use Unity and use Artistic. Yeah. Somebody said maybe Roblox, but Unreal Engine MCP is not that good. That's interesting. Well, you don't have to use an MCP, right? Like, I mean, Steam games, all of these different things, like, it's just going to take over. Like, right now, I feel like a lot of people, they're building, like, mobile apps, they're building web apps, but you're probably going to live in a world here soon where the games that we're going to be playing are going to be crazy. Using Fable on an actual game engine would produce some crazy stuff. Just looking at what you're able to produce with HTML. Yeah, Nathaniel, 100%, dude. What's your most profitable app at the moment? You can check it out at BridgeMind.ai. The issue of HTML is so much code and becomes slow games. We need dedicated engine. Oh, 100%. Like, the HTML test that we're doing, there is a limit to how good you can make an HTML file, right? Like, it's like at some point, hey, there's a reason that people aren't creating websites in HTML anymore, right? Like, you're using Tailwind, you're using ShadCN, you're using Next.js, you know. Oh, I don't like that. Great work. I now need you to create a structured plan to fix these bugs. What's all HTML? No Fable 5 news yet, Jack. We're a little bit disappointed. Yeah, we're disappointed, but I mean, I don't see how we don't hear something by the end of the day. I would be shocked. Because they literally said, hey, we'll give you guys an update by the end of the day. 24 hours. 24 hours later, nothing. 48 hours later, nothing. 60 hours later, nothing. All right. Ten-year Unity dev here. Iteration speed has definitely gone up. But to be honest, a lot of the hard parts of the game dev are finding an audience more than the implementation. Should definitely lead to more shots on goal for devs though, and faster following when something does hit. Yeah, I mean, isn't that the same thing that we're experiencing with what we're all doing with like web development and app development and stuff? Is it's like people are starting to realize that, like, dude, anybody can create anything now. If you want to go create a clone of pretty much anything, you can do it now. Like, it's coming down to your marketing strategy, but the question you should be asking yourself is, hey, how can you be using AI for marketing, right? You know, I think that it's definitely possible to start using that. I'm really excited to see these AI features that are about to be integrated into BridgeShot. It'll be really interesting to see. Is this all Windows to create BridgeMind? I'm fresh with AI. Yeah, this is all, these are Claude Code agents, okay? And they're all working on different tasks that I'm managing right now. So, like, for example, I've given them all their prompts, and then I just manage them in the workspace. It's very nice. All right, let's see if this works. All right, it's gonna start up here in a sec. Did you release a version for Apple Silicon for what? Everything's got Apple Silicon. All right, let's go over here. All right, this is. Did you open up 2 new space? Let's see if
One
this does
sec.
it. All right. All right, that's definitely better.
2
but
Claudes up.
This needs to use real time now. Okay. All right. Okay, great work. We now need to fully migrate the Grok voice agent over to GPT real time instead of Grok. Review this and help me complete this migration. Keep the same functionality, but move it from Grok to GPT real time. When is your Q2 report? Well, Q2 isn't over yet. It'll be at the end of this month. How did you solve for the no conversation with session ID bug? I think that wasn't necessarily a bug. It was just like if I try that again, right? Like let's do this real quick, like test 2, test 3. If I open this up again, I don't think it's gonna have that issue. We'll see. Let's close it and then reopen. See if we get that issue again. If it does, we'll just prompt it to fix. And for what tasks are you using Hermes agents and profiles? We're basically using Hermes agents to manage like things like customer service, manage errors that are happening in production. Why don't you make a caption? All right. I need you to now fully integrate it into the UI so that I can actually test this and then restart Bridge Shot so that we can test. All right. All right, let's drop a 40 bomb chat. Let's go. Let's go. Do I use Grok Build? I actually pay for it, but I don't use it. All right, 40 bomb chat. Let's go. All right, let's go. Yeah, I literally have Grok Build right now. I have Super Grok Heavy. If I run Grok right now, it's just that 4.3 is not good enough, guys. Whoa, Grok has Composer 2.5 fast? When did this happen? What? Chat, when did that happen? I had no idea. Hello there. What model is this? Oh, wow. That's actually kind of crazy. I'm Grok. No, I need to know what underlying model is powering you. I mean, it literally says Composer 2.5 fast. Why not Tari for bridge shot? I think that I'm going to get a better result on Mac if I use Swift. So creating a custom Swift application is going to be far more performant on Mac. So that's the reason I went with Swift. All right, let's pull this up. All right, if I go to voice, there is an Easter egg now for this, guys. What is the Easter egg, though? What is the Easter egg? Tell me it. When you enter the code, oh, the Konami code. Okay, guys, look at this. All right, so there's an Easter egg here. Okay. Okay, hold up. Hold on. When you enter the Konami code, up, up, down, down, left, right, BA on the voice settings page, there's things that happen. A celebration banner appears. Hold on. All right, hold on. Let's see what we can do here. So this is the Easter egg, okay? We got an Easter egg. I want to minimize this real quick. Okay. So it's up, up, down, down, left, right. All right, let's see what this does. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA. You found Bridge Wife. Warm and devoted. That's so funny. Okay, that's actually funny. All right. Hello there. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How about you? What are we working on today?
I'm doing good, but what's your name?
You can call me BridgeAgent Voice. I help you run and coordinate the coding chats in your workspace.
Okay. What does this do?
All set.
Ah.
Whenever you're
Cool.
Got it.
Shut up.
Cool. Okay, I'll stay quiet. Just call on me if you need anything.
Okay. I want you to orchestrate 3 Claude Code agents and do a complete review of the UI in the BridgeAgent UI directory.
Got it. Let me set up a coordinated review across multiple agents for that UI. A new chat is now reviewing the UI in that directory with 3 agents coordinating. And it's working on a prioritized consolidated report.
I mean, that is pretty sick. There should be a way to minimize this, can I? New session? Is it? You don't like that? Riz benchmarks are low. All right. That is so funny. Okay. BridgeVoice originally. Okay, interesting. Okay. Too verbose, you think? How did he make the talking orb? Looks good. We made that the other day. Yeah, but guys, I mean, we're getting ready to push out Bridge Shot. I mean, Fable pretty much one-shotted that. It's literally crazy. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're gonna get back. Oh, whoa, somebody did send the updates to the privacy policy. Fable is back? No. No, we're all missing it. Okay, let's check out Polymarket. I don't think that we're gonna get it back today, guys. This is so frustrating. Yeah, there's really no way. We're not gonna get it back today, guys. Only 8% on Polymarket. That might as well be 0. How am I doing on push-ups today? I think I've dropped at least 7 or 8, 30 or 40 bombs. So doing pretty good so far today. Okay. When I'm getting ready, so I want to show you guys how this works. So BridgeShot is practically ready to go. Okay. We're working on getting recordings. Hold up. Did I just lag out there? Hold on, let me kill some of my... Whoa, I am lagging, aren't I? I'm definitely lagging. Hold on, guys. Okay, hold on. I'm lagging way too hard right now. All right, give me a second here. I have too many open terminals. All right. That should be good. All right, let me get the music back on. All right, there we go. We're back. We got 71 people over on Twitch. Everybody that's over on Twitch, shout out to you guys. Let's go. Yeah, I was lagging. Show a quick demo of BridgeShot. Sure, man. So check this out. BridgeShot. So let me screenshot, and then it pops up here on the left. I can edit it like this. Let me close this one. So look at this. So I just draw this around it. Squares. And then I could say, this cooked for 13 seconds. So that works well. The one thing I am interested in, though, is there is an AI markup feature that we integrated, but I'm not seeing it here. I want to see it here. The account that must be true on the backup. Your account is pro and has over 1 credit in the local DB. Otherwise, you'll get a precise toast and markup. Why can I not see the AI markup in this modal here? I need to be able to see it. Does BridgeShot have screen recording? That's actually what we're integrating up here in the top right. We're integrating screen recording and then GIFs as well. But this... What I don't like about this is, where is the screenshot functionality? Because you could make it so that it like auto notarizes it, which would be great. But I'm not seeing any screenshot like AI integration there. Can we make an MCP of this to edit the screenshot? The thing is, we're about to integrate AI features on top of it. We just aren't seeing them come through yet. We've got an AI working on it right now. We'll see. I think it should have smart selection feature like ShareX does. Fable coming today. It doesn't look like it, man. It doesn't look like we're gonna get Fable access restored. Yeah, very low probability. It's very disappointing. I mean, the thing is, though, is that this is just people gambling. To be honest, like, nope, this situation is so unprecedented. I mean, Anthropic could come out in 30 minutes and say, hey, it's now live. Like, we're back, right? But... I mean, that isn't likely, but it is possible, just because of how unprecedented the situation actually is. All right, let's see if this works. All right, that's getting updated. Will you be adding a cloud storage integration? Potentially. I haven't thought about it too much. I just want to get the initial functionality built. And like, whenever I approach a product, like, hey, as long as you have MVP level functionality and then you ship it, you will get to see like very clearly okay, is this product going to work or is it not going to work? Because you'll see it like right in the numbers right away. Like, hey, when we launch this on Product Hunt, how many subscriptions are we going to get, right? We'll see. Effects said that it's more likely that they announce a $1,000 subscription, which will allow you to use Fable. I think the most likely scenario is that they make it so that it can only be accessed by U.S. citizens, and they announce this. It's very possible they do that. But the thing is, if it's only accessible to to U.S. citizens, there's a bunch of people that at Anthropic that don't have access. So OpenRouter Fusion is not good. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, OpenRouter Fusion is a complete marketing scandal, in my opinion. If you look at this, guys, they were literally saying this is Opus level intelligence. This is the game that it created with the same exact prompt that I gave. Hold on, I'm lagging again. This is the same prompt I gave to Opus, or sorry, not Opus, Fable, and it just created a dark screen basically. Like, and then over here, you can literally see the output from Fable. So, I don't know. I think that is like totally misleading. How are they going to verify that we are US? Just our government IDs. Yeah, they'll use, I mean, think about how many APIs. You could easily integrate with an API. I mean, they could do this in one day. They could integrate with an API that makes it so that, you know, you scan your face, then you scan your ID, and then, like, boom, you're good to go, right? That could be very, very quickly done by Anthropic. So, literally probably within one day, you know, with the engineers that they have. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but all I know is that we need Fable back. We need it back as soon as possible. Nobody is going to do that. I would do it. I would easily, I mean, think about, I give that to Stripe. I give that, I mean, will be interesting if the black market for us US IDs will spike up then. Yeah, probably. Somebody said that Fable 5 is now live on Replicate. I don't think so. They can just vibe code the identity check. True. Probably using Fable 5, they can do that pretty quickly. All right. Do I know how to code manually? I don't think that anybody should be coding manually anymore. I used to code manually 4 years ago. I started using AI about 3.5 years ago with the release of ChatGPT, and nobody should be coding manually at this point, especially like with the models that we're seeing like Fable 5. You know, I've been saying this for the past like year now. It's literally crazy. I've almost been streaming for a year now, coming up in like 2 months, right? But I've been saying it for a long time, and we're gonna get models that are so good. Like, people literally used to come in, they used to just absolutely hate on me, right? They used to say like, you're an idiot, you know, all this stuff, right? But I think what people are realizing is that the AI models are getting really, really good at coding. So especially with like the next few iterations, I think that by the end of this year, it will be, honestly, it may, I used to say 5 years nobody will be coding manually. Maybe it's 1. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's 1. Because we're already at the point where it's like, does anybody code manually anymore? You know? Like, truly manually? Does anybody code, like, realistically that's actually working on a product or, like, working for a company that they want to make money and stuff? Are any of you guys, is anybody in the chat that is working for a company, working for an organization, are any of you guys coding manually? Gray Hatter says that he does. Somebody said yes, but I also work for a bank. Jeremy said no. Edgar said I know some people that do though. Gray Hatter says I don't use AI at all. Interesting. AG said some here, some there. Chris Luttrell said yes. Several agencies refused to allow AI. Downtown said yes, but I got fired for not using AI. Dang. Vibecademy an app call manually? What do you mean? Stay in all caps, nah. SolarWind said, and if you are, let us know so we can short that company. All right, looks like we do have the screen recording. This is done. Would you please kill the task that is currently running BridgeShot and then restart it in dev? We'll see here what happens. And I'm gonna have to, yes, proceed with phase 3. Lyndon said, what LLM are you using right now? Any suggestions on what is currently the best LLM for backend coding? Fable 5 was so good, and now using Opus 4.8 has just been a drag, unless I'm not prompting it correctly. So I do think that Codex is probably for backend functionality. I think that Opus 4.8 and Codex are pretty close with one another. I do think that for a lot of backend functionality, 5.5 is better. But the question that you have to ask yourself is, hey, is Fable going to come back online? And like, if you buy a Codex plan now, you know, how fast is that going to be obsolete? How fast is GPT 5.6 going to launch? We just don't know. Yeah, we are very unsure of how fast this stuff is going to, you know, be resolved. But what a crazy week. Okay, here's BridgeShot. Get started. Screen recording is granted. Man, the onboarding process that Fable created is so good. Take your first screenshot. All right. Screenshot taken. Fable 5. I miss it, chat. Oh, it was so good. All right. So let's now pull this up. Is this, where are the AI integrations? I'm still not seeing them anywhere. Oh, here it is. AI markup. Describe what to mark up. Leave blank to let the AI decide. Okay, let's try this out. Let's go to, hold on. I just want to pull this up here and let's just start, or am I already running it? Let's see this here. Yeah, I'm already running it. Okay, so check this out, guys. So this here, I'm going to take a screenshot of this, okay? Take a screenshot, and then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to click this. Now, the UI for this sucks, but this needs to be moved, and the spacing needs to be a little bit better to give more space to the header. I just wonder... Wait, what? The section needs more spacing from the nav bar. I just want to see what this does. Annotate. Use AI markup. Sign in to use... What? Am I not signed in? Alright, this... Oh my gosh, I missed Fable 5, guys, because that would have been such an easy one-shot with Fable. Okay, so a couple things with this AI annotation functionality. I don't think it registers. Fable 5 would have shipped it already, 100%. Hung said, if only Anthropic engineers are as good as their researchers, OpenAI wouldn't stand a chance. Need Fable inside a good harness like Pi or a top-tier super app like Codex. You don't think that Claude Code is that good? Fable was like crack, yeah. I mean, I've never tried crack, but... I can, honestly, I don't need to now that I've tried Fable. Okay. Hello there, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well, thanks for asking. Just here and ready to help with whatever you need. What's on your mind today?
I want you to launch 5 Claude Code agents and assist me in building a remotion video for BridgeShot that is highly realistic and is a digital twin and gives a perfect representation of how to actually use it. And it is a marketing video for the launch of BridgeShot.
Got it. Let me set up a team to tackle this and coordinate the work clearly. A new chat is now working to coordinate 5 agents for a realistic BridgeShot remotion launch video. It will split responsibilities, define handoffs, and produce a plan and project setup that matches real usage, with clear placeholders if any product details are missing.
Okay. I can take a bot over on Twitch. When is Bridge Dario coming out? Wait, hold on. Did you guys see the Mormon devoted? Wait, it was up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B. Or I guess I already have it turned on. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A. Up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B. Oops. I think since I've already enabled it, I unlocked it. Okay. How is BridgeAgent exactly working? Well, we built it with Fable, okay? So BridgeAgent, the goal of BridgeAgent is, hey, I do think that the agents are going to get so good to the point where you don't really have to prompt anymore. And I want to solve that with BridgeAgent. So I'm basically creating BridgeAgent to compete with Hermes Agent, but it's going to be a specialized software developer, okay? Okay, server return a 403. All right, let me see what's going on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is BridgeAgent going to be open source? No. Yeah, I don't, open source is not, especially, like, if you guys want to make money, like, from vibe coding, or just, like, with your own business in general, like, if you're an indie hacker, I do not recommend that you have a free plan. I don't recommend free trials. It does depend. It has a lot to do with your marketing funnel, right? The stronger your marketing funnel, you don't have to have free trials. And even if you have like free trials, I've seen people that are like, oh, well, I have 10,000 users. And yeah, that's a lot of users, but like 9,000 of them are just like freeloaders, right? And that was a mistake that I made with ViewCreator early on, is that I had this like free tier, and the free tier literally was so misleading for me. If I'm being completely honest, when I saw, I literally had like 12,000 users on ViewCreator, okay? And out of the 12,000, the amount of paying users was not that much, right? So the issue that I had with ViewCreator was like, I feel like, you know, it took some learning for sure, but with ViewCreator, I should have closed that down or stopped doing that as soon as I saw that I wasn't getting like 10 paying signups a day, right? All right, let's see if this is, hold on. Lag. All right. Does this work? Let's see if it, oh, it looks like it is working this time around. It looks like it's doing something. All I said was hello, though, so I don't know if it's going to do anything. No way. Okay, hold up. All right, let's try annotating again. I need you to highlight the section for the page and annotate it so that the AI knows that we need to get the bulk of the page and the content on the page, and it needs to have more spacing from the nav bar. Let's see what this does. Annotate, use AI markup. The UI there isn't good, but I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about functionality right now. Let's just see if it, I want like a square box, and I want an arrow. What? AI service, a 422. Hard paywall is the meta. I used to have 1.5 million users with 50,000 ARR. That is stupidly low. Yeah. 50,000 ARR. Yeah. What is a 422 error? I forget what. I don't get 422s often. What's a 422? A 422 is a client-side error indicating that the server understands your request and its format, but cannot process it due to semantic errors or invalid data inside the payload. Okay. I got a 422 error. Would you review and figure out why? I do want to try this screen recording as well. So let's click here and there should be a start recording. Let's test this, guys. 3, 2, 1, record. All right, so you can see up here, there's a little, toggle. Let's stop. And then now let's pull this back up. There's so much that we need to do. Okay, now it crashed. Reopen. Would you restart the dev server, please? What happened to Vibecademy? Actually, there's going to be a video out on the Vibecademy YouTube channel tomorrow. It's fully built out. It's just the issue is content. The record area should be highlighted. 100%, I agree. Where's Fable? It died, bro. We had a funeral for it. It was sad. Is it real about Anthropic verification identity? That, I think that it is fake. What we saw, that's fake. But we still are probably going to see, I mean, I would not doubt that we're going to see that. I mean, selfishly, I would rather them just get that back online and get the ID verification up. But the thing is it's like Anthropic, they can't afford to only have their model limited to the US. If you have your model limited to the US, that would be super tough. Yeah, I'm working on Vibecademy. I think it'll be back Thursday. I think it'll be back as well. Fable is gone from everywhere, yes. Alvi, what's up? Yeah, Razo over on Twitch said they won't do that. I would say that they're probably not gonna do that. Because if they do that, do you know how mad people are gonna be? Like, I can pull up the BridgeMind Discord community and like the BridgeMind community as a whole. The US, most of the people are from the US, but there's also a large amount of people that are from other countries as well. And I will tell you this, people will be outraged. Outraged. Yeah, China and India use Anthropic models heavily too, yeah. No, it's cut off at the source. If they cap by region, the model will be dumbed down from missing memories. That'd be interesting to see. UK here, if Anthropic does that, they can... Yeah, Razu said I'm from India, yeah. Yeah, Daggy3D said Canada is building our own data centers for this exact issues. Yeah. The government will require Anthropic to have logs of any suspicious behavior and have ID logged for it. It's simple. I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean... Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Hello there. This is a quick test. Hello there. Hello there. Can you hear me? What is this? Whoa. You guys see this? I don't think I have my, what environment variable do I need to set for this? I don't think I have an OpenAI key set yet. I want to make it so that I only have to set my OpenAI API key. Okay. I'm just going to test to see if this is set. All right, I need to make sure that I don't stream for too long today because I have other stuff to do, but I've enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Okay, let me see this here. Has anybody got anything cool done today while they've been watching the stream? Codex seems to be responding slightly differently. Maybe a new version soon. 100%, yeah. What is your current profit margins? I am going to do a quarterly report. But for example, over the last 2 months, we brought in like 60,000, And to my bank account after all expenses, I got 42,000 just for like a broad, but we'll go over a quarterly earnings report. That'll be fun. Okay, let me check this out. So BridgeMind API, let me see if I have this environment variable set. Okay, I do have an API key set. Okay, note that it is currently not working. Would you do a review and figure out why? I have set my OpenAI API key, so please figure out why this is not working. What is the biggest expense? The AI expenses. Like, I do spend $1,000 for AI, but also AWS expenses are a lot. So between AI expenses and then AWS expenses, those are my two biggest. Super Combo, what's up? We have not gotten Fable 5 back, dude. Unfortunately. Got nothing back yet. Yeah, I do have vids on Kimi K 2.7 and GLM 5.2. I would recommend GLM 5.2 if you're trying to decide, though, for sure. All right, guys, let's get the desk up. Let's drop a 30 bomb. What book do I suggest to read for entrepreneurship? The Power of Positive Thinking is a good one. All right, let's drop this 30 bomb. Let's go. All right, let's go. While Fable 5 was up, it was very good, but very expensive. I mean, I think that expensive is a subjective term. I mean, with 2 to 3 Claude accounts, you have unlimited. You literally have unlimited Fable usage. The video did work. So this is the recording. So if you guys look at this, look here at the 18 seconds. So it started at 11. Watch this. So 11, 12, 13. So the video did work. And you can export it as a video or a GIF. So that's great. That's a ton of progress there. I'm gonna have to work offline to get like all my keys configured and stuff, because getting an app out is a process in itself. But I think I'll be able to do it tonight. And I think that we could have BridgeShot live on Product Hunt by Wednesday. Okay. Matthias said, this live stream motivates me so much. Thanks, man. I got you, bro. Is GLM 5.2 worth it? If you are a budget vibe coder, I think GLM 5.2 is probably one of the best options that you can go with. Okay. But guys, are you going to drop another 65% discount when Fable 5 releases? Honestly, dude, anybody that's interested in BridgeMind or getting a BridgeMind subscription, so you get access to BridgeSpace, which is the ADE that I've been using, also the voice to text tool that I'm using. Both of those are going to get access to them. I am going to do a coupon here. So if anybody's interested in getting a BridgeMind subscription, we're just going to create a coupon real quick. Let's do, this will be the day 193 coupon, fixed % off. We'll do 65% off, and we will apply this to Pro and Ultra. So I do, honestly, well, let's just do Pro. The Pro, I suggest getting the Pro, and then it'll be 65% off forever. But I do think that we'll be able to get BridgeShot out by Wednesday. So we'll do day 193. So anybody interested, we're gonna limit this to just, let's just do 7 times. So you can go to BridgeMind.ai. If you guys want to use this, these go pretty quickly, but day 193 is the coupon code, and you can go use it at BridgeMind.ai for 65% off. But yeah, I think that BridgeShot, I mean, it's coming along very well. I think that, I mean, it's unfortunate that we lost Fable 5, because you guys can tell there's different nuances that we're dealing with today. that we didn't have previously, right? So we'll keep working. We'll see if anything happens today, but I do need to take care of some things off stream. So I'm gonna have to go, but I will be back live tomorrow, same time as I was today, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I'm gonna work offline so that I can get this deployment off, and then by tomorrow we could have a beta version for BridgeShot out. So let's hope that we get some progress tonight on Fable 5. Maybe there's an announcement. I'll be on it. I may even go live if there's an announcement, but we'll see what happens. But that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks for being here. Let's keep on grinding. Let's move forward, guys. If you haven't already liked, subscribe, join the Discord, make sure you do so. And I'll see you guys in the future.